Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwich Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting, and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all four of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
84 Lumber has been building America for 70 years. Whether you're a homeowner starting your first project or a pro on the job, 84 Lumber offers the kind of personalized expertise you won't find in a big box store. They're more than just lumber. From windows and doors to siding, trim, and decking, 84 Lumber has the materials you need to get it done right. With 14 locations across Pittsburgh, there's one near you. Visit 84lumber.com to find your store. 84 Lumber, your hometown building partner for 70 years.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price as 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station, live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
All right, Joel Nelson, 4 fan headlines. The Pirates yesterday were 10-9 winners over the Minnesota Twins, so the Pirates have already won that series. They have a chance at the sweep for today. 1:35 the first pitch right here on the Fan and on the free Odyssey app. It is Braxton Ashcraft up against Zebby Matthews of Minnesota. Coverage on the Fan begins at noon with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show, and that's followed by the Pirates Insider Show at 12:35. More headlines, 93.7thefan.com. Right now it's a Sunday morning with Paul Alexander.
Live in local sports news on the weekends? Imagine that. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Again, the stretch, the pitch. Fly ball right field, Reynolds back toward the track, on the track, makes the catch, raise the Jolly Roger. This was a battle for the Battle and Bucks. defeating the Minnesota Twins. A 10-9 final, and Gregory Soto gets 4 outs to earn the save.
Wow. It has been a really fun ride. And I know it's been a little painful at times. And oh, by the way, good morning. Paul Alexander, Joel Nelson with you this morning until 10 o'clock. Bucco Baseball will come your way. 1:35 is first pitch today. Braxton Ashcraft will be, I think, once again demonstrating maybe the most go-to guy. Unfortunately for Mitch Keller yesterday, he gave up a 7 spot, and he kind of lost that title as the most dependable starter so far this year. But the ride has been great, and I know it's been up and down. I know it's been bumpy here in Pittsburgh. Yes, there are potholes. That's called the bullpen. The pothole for the Pirates right now is called the bullpen. And what that does automatically for you fans out there, every time that a manager goes to a certain arm of the bullpen and they take a little gas to the fire, well, you question the manager. No one ever questions the bullpen arms. Now, you'll collectively say, yeah, the bullpen stinks, but every time your manager goes to the bullpen and they stink, you blame the manager. It's just such a bizarre, pretty much a baseball thing. And granted, Don Kelly doesn't have a resume that says he's, Tony La Russa or anyone like that, or Jim Leland. He's a Jim Leland protege, which I think is a wonderful asset to have. But at the same time, we really don't know how to handle failure in baseball because there's so much of it. If you fail 70% of the time, you're in the Hall of Fame as a hitter. Think about that one for a second. But I get a kick out of the way fans go about evaluating a manager. And I heard one guy the other day say, he has a couple of good players, but man, the guy just can't manage. He has a couple of good players? Good luck managing in the major leagues when you have a couple of good players. And when bullpen arms let you down, and the strangest thing about this season for me so far is you knew that 7-1 yesterday was fleeting. And that's scary. That's very scary to me. That every time your great offense, which, by the way, we were all, as we went into this season and the bats that they added, we knew that Reynolds and Cruz would benefit from having additional bats. Has that come to fruition? Absolutely. There's young guys that have even come up and been very impressive. The Password and the Magician, they had the luxury of sending the Magician back down. That's amazing. But there's actually talent that can come in and bolster the lineup offensively. Who knew that? But the bullpen is an issue. And the starting pitching, I'm only one cup of coffee in, folks. Believe me, give me another 20, 25 minutes when I get that second and third cup, pretty much into a caffeinated state where I can communicate effectively at this hour. Coming off not a lot of sleep. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with cramps, like leg cramps. When they invade in the middle of the night, it is one of the more disruptive, annoying, painful things that I've experienced. So it was not a good night of sleep. And I had to move about the house to try to find somewhere that I could get comfortable. Thankfully, the basement was the answer for me. Right around 1 or 2. I've been asleep maybe for a couple hours, and then unbelievably sharp, ridiculous pains. You've seen, football players, all athletes, but I think it's more prevalent. Certainly, we do a lot of high school football over on the AM side, and you should see those early August, well, not early, late August, early September games. And I know it's all about hydration and the right foods and all the other things, but man, you can just, these are finely tuned athletes now. And when you don't have anything but muscle going on, sometimes, man, you just push yourself and that adrenaline, you get things going, your muscles just cramp. Anyway, so I know the words that I'm trying to say when they're not coming out perfectly. I'm like, what's going on here? You know, you hope it's nothing more than that, and it's not. I'm good. But it's great to be with you. First and foremost, let's get that out of the way. It has been a long time since I've been with you, and it makes sense. I mean, there aren't that many weekend shows available because of all the baseball. Baseball's an all-day, every-day, kind of venture. We have a lot of Bucco programming, Bucco talk, and things of that nature. So as far as having weekend slots open, to host, there's not a lot of those things going on. But it is great to be here with you. It's great to be with Joel Nelson. It's great to be here on The Fan. It's great to be heading into June, and your Buccos are still extremely relevant. And, we have some very funny types of folks, types of fans here in Pittsburgh. There are those that they want to hate on everything. I have a couple of friends that as soon as the other team takes a lead, as soon as something bad happens, man, it's just they stink, they're awful, they're the worst ever. All these teams stink, every team stinks, they're the worst, they suck, they're awful. A lot of people are just automatically, and, the people we hear from, it's like a lot of reviews. You go and have a nice meal somewhere, you just consider that to be, meeting expectations, so you don't really react. Sometimes, if someone blows you away with a meal and the service and the atmosphere and everything, and then that'll force you to maybe go write a review. But in general, as we all know, if the waiter or waitress are off their game, if the food's cold, you just cannot wait to get onto that keyboard and rip into somebody. And that's how sports fans are in general. And now, unfortunately, that's how a lot of hosts have become. Just miserable. I used to tease that if Ron Cook, our esteemed retired colleague, if he would have won the Mega Millions, he would have bitched about the taxes. There's some people that are just wired that way. Then we have, and this is where I was getting to, then we have the Pollyanna, the ones that their team and their players can't do anything wrong. It's always someone else's fault. The officials took the game, the referee, the umpire. It's someone else's fault because you, and I kind of enjoy those fans. To me, that's more fanatical than just ripping, your hometown teams. I mean, that's too easy. Negativity is easy, contagious, and unfortunately, so counterproductive. I remember getting a real nice. I unfortunately, and my wife will attest to this, I try too hard to be funny. And whenever you try too hard to do anything, it means that you're probably not what you want to be because you're trying too hard. Like even the person that tries too hard to be nice, you can see through that. Like it means really they must not be that nice if they're trying that hard to be nice. And I'm obviously not that funny if I'm trying that hard to be funny. But I even forget the line. I made a crack in front of the gathered media. We're all gathered around Clint Hurdle's desk. It's now Don Kelly's desk. And I made a wisecrack. And Clint Hurdle used that opportunity to basically say cynics, meaning someone that just always has a criticism and a critique in a negative way for almost anything and always will find the negative in everything, which is not me personally. And those in my inner circle understand I am a half full. I'm a full glass guy. I mean, I wake up every day. I thank God for another day, and I mean that sincerely. The first thing I do every morning is thank the good Lord that I'm here, and I say I spend a little time hoping that all my loved ones and everyone else are in a good place too, and that's how I start every day. Every day in my life is a gift, and I will always be that way. But that doesn't mean that those of you that have listened and have known who I am, I just call it straight the way I see it. And if I see a lot of good, that's what you're going to hear. That's what I see, and that's what I know, and that's what I'll talk about. If it's not so good, that is, of course, what I'm going to say. And here we are as we approach June, and I'm really intrigued by the Pirates, and I don't want to. I forget who made the comment, and it's not like it's the first time it's ever been used, but I find it to be, and I want this to be our crux of our morning. If we can have all 3 hours, and it's all Bucko baseball, I would be thrilled, because my friends inside the organization with the Pirates, when I'm talking about the Steelers in May and June, they're like, what are you doing? Why aren't you talking? Well, you guys are already 20 games under 500. What do you want me to talk about? Like, I don't want to kill the Pirates right now because they're 20 games under 500 and they're already out of it in May, which so many of the last, 25, 30 seasons they've been. And I would always say, I will talk nothing but Pirates this time of the year if you're relevant. If you own your own season, I'll give it all to you, because I love baseball. I love the Pirates. I grew up in the 70s. I experienced 2 World Series in 9 years in my absolute baseball prime, my prime of life of loving baseball. They won a couple of World Series. They're one of the best teams in baseball every single year. They were a legitimate contender every single year in the 70s. They won 2 World Series in the 70s. You don't think I want to love on my Pirates? You don't think I grew up with an absolute love affair with Roberto Clemente and on and on and on and on? You don't think I don't love these guys? You don't think I remember and cherish moments in Forbes Field, every second in Three Rivers? I've covered every playoff game. I covered every playoff game in 90, 91, and 92. I was there when Sid Bream broke everybody's hearts. I've lived and died with the Pirates. 23 years of losing. Who was in the clubhouse every day sticking a microphone in these guys' faces and asking them why they stink? It was awful, but it was my life, and I love it. So when the Pirate brass would say, I can't believe you're talking about the Steelers in May, I'm like, well, I can't believe you're already out of it in May. How about that? So the point being, and I'm going to the big, and Jay, I appreciate you being on there. My first segment is always just laying down the groundwork. If you want to hang on, I would love you to, because you're going to maybe help me out with my cramps. But right after our first break and Joel's first headline, then we're going to open it wide open. And, I take as many calls as anybody. I think Pomp and I take more calls than anybody, because we're old school, man. We're old school talk show hosts. We'd love to hear from you. I love when guys had, I love the, Ralph the Plumber. All those guys are near and dear to my heart when I got into this craziness. We had guys that had monikers. We had guys that were permanent contributors to our shows back in the day. And love that. So you guys are going to have more than enough opportunity. But here's where I am with the Pirates right now, and I want your take on this. I like them. I don't know if I can trust them. Think about, I don't know, this is probably more, and again, I know it's really taboo to think that genders have certain tendencies, but I don't care, because they do. This is probably more of, like a lot of times, like if a woman starts falling for a guy, that's kind of that, I like him, I just don't know if I can trust him. Can't you hear that? Can't you hear that? If you say, hey, who's your new boyfriend? Yeah, is he not? Yeah, I like him. I'm not sure I can trust him. That's exactly how I feel about our Pittsburgh Pirates right now. And it really comes down, let's just call it the way we see it. It comes down to the bullpen. All right, the Pirates have a 7-1 lead yesterday. Did you feel comfortable at all? Hell no. All of a sudden it was 7-7. You're like, damn it, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. And if Brian Reynolds doesn't do what he did on Friday, which was quite possibly one of the greatest moments at PNC Park in the last couple years. I mean, just the reaction. I was not there, but man, I wish I had been. I wish I was there. But, and this isn't breaking news either, but every special season has a couple of moments where that season is being bolstered or being somehow anointed as, this is a different kind of year. This is going to be different, and you feel it. And that's exactly what happened Friday in the walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. However, if this team goes on a skid, doesn't make the playoffs, doesn't finish above 500, that is just another home run. That's just another day. That's like, that was cool. I'm glad I was there. That was cool. But if this season becomes something so much more than we're used to, we can obviously and unequivocally look back to that walk-off home run on that Friday night and say, man, I knew this team was different. I knew this team was special. But guess what? All of those guys, all 26, the coaches, the manager, the fans, everybody, the front office, certainly Charrington with, there better be some bolstering of bullpen arms or something. There could be a left-handed start or something. There's a lot of things this team could just really benefit from having. But I want to see what your take is. And, I like them. I just don't trust them. I was just wondering if that captures your kind of feel for what right now this Bucko campaign looks like. I like them, just not sure I can trust them. I have a feeling that might have been my reputation when I was in high school and college. I like them. I just don't know if I can trust them. I wanted to enjoy those years, without. With reckless abandon, because I've always been smart enough to know, like I'm trying to get out and playing as much golf right now. I'm 65 years old. I'm losing yardage like Donnie football losing weight, man. I mean, I used to hit an 8-iron 150 yards on the nose, and that was not even, that wasn't even pushing it. Now that might be a 7. Things like that. So I want to get out and play as much golf as I can before it's all gone. Before I can't hit it out of my own shadow. Same thing those days. I knew I wasn't getting those college days back. So you know what I was going to do? I was going to have fun. I worked my butt off. I worked my absolute butt off. But I had fun because you don't get those days back. And this just in. That should be your whole theory on life. Enjoy every single day because you know what? Tomorrow is promised to no one. To no one. So I'm going to enjoy the heck out of my 3 hours with you today. I hope you're going to join in on the fun. We're talking Bucko baseball. If there's something else that's really pressing that you want to talk about, we're open for that. But right now, the Pirates are owning their season. Let's enjoy it. Jay, I hope you're going to help me with my cramps. Steve and Boyd, you guys will be right out of the gate when we come back on the Paul Alexander Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
Asia had never hosted a World Soccer Championship. Japan and Korea split the duty, the first co-hosts in history. South Korea, coached by the Dutchman Gus Hiddink, had never won a single World Cup match in their history. They beat Poland, drew with the United States, beat Portugal. In the round of 16, they beat Italy in extra time. Ung Jong-hwan's golden goal, sending 60 million Koreans into the streets in red shirts. Then Spain on penalties. Quarterfinal, semifinal. Germany finally stopped them. Controversial refereeing decisions still echo, but the image that lasted was the Red Devils, an entire peninsula painted with crimson, chanting in unison, finding out who they could be when the world watched.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pirates were 10-9 winners yesterday over the Minnesota Twins. Game 2 is this afternoon at 1:35. It is Braxton Ashcraft against Sebby Matthews, the final game of the series. Coverage on The Fan begins at noon with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show, Pirates Insider Show at 12:35. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate Games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night, and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Dorn here to tell you about the huge success of the Keystone Custom Apparel Fan Club T-shirt fundraiser. Each player gets a custom shirt with the names of their supporters printed on the back. Supporters go online, donate $20, type their name, pick the player they want to support, and that's it. No order forms or money collection required. Keystone Custom Apparel handles everything. More than a dozen local organizations have raised over $65,000 with Keystone Custom Apparel. Want in on this? Then I highly recommend getting started at KeystoneCustomApparel.com.
Hey, it's Pony. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity's summer savings event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
You've put in the work to get that first job, moved up the ranks, or started a family. Now it's time to take your success to the next level. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we're here to help you keep that momentum going with educational programs built around real-world, in-demand career skills. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus timeless skills like leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Affordable, accredited, and online. A UMGC education fits your life so you can keep growing while you keep going. You've succeeded before. Now succeed again. At UMGC, we believe nothing should stand in the way of your next achievement. Not doubt, not your life stage, and especially not an application fee. Just apply by June 1st and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GO to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GO to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GO to borrow up to $10,000.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander with you up until 10 o'clock. Of course, we have Bucko baseball today. Get your brooms out. Bucks looking to sweep Derek Shelton and the Twins today. Fan Text Line brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates, a personal injury law firm where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township. Jay, thanks so much for your patience and for hanging in there. Can you help me with my cramps, my friend?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
This is, I used to live in Ohio, and I lived in Amish country, and I had an Amish person tell me one time, because I said I had leg cramps. She said, get some dill pickle juice. Put it underneath your tongue for maybe 30 seconds and swallow it. Within 5 minutes, it'll be gone.
Pickle juice.
And
you know what's nice? I don't know if you shop. I don't know if you shop at either Sam's Club or Costco. I always say it's, I just got dill pickles for life. You ever see some of the jars, some of the sizes of the jars? So my wife just started laughing. She goes, "Oh my gosh, we have pickles." Like, yeah, we have pickles for life. So I have plenty of dill pickle juice that I can use.
I'm telling you, it works.
I'm on it.
I couldn't believe it. It does.
Well, Jay, thanks so much for your patience. Anything you want to talk about sports-wise?
I just love my Pirates.
Now, do you trust them? Here's the question of the day. It's okay to love them. Do you trust them?
Well, you got to try to trust them. You have to have faith in that they're going to start doing some things right.
Yeah, but you know what?
So, yes,
faith is built up over. Faith is built up of years of always doing what you say you're going to do and being someone you can count on, depend on. They haven't really been that for me.
Well,
but I'm all about. I am rooting hard for the Pirates to be amazing. I absolutely love Donnie Kelly. I think he's one of the greatest guys I've ever met, covered, been around. There's a lot of things I love about this team. I'm just not sure I trust them.
Well, I hope they do well.
There we go. We're in the same boat there, Jay. And Jay, thanks for the tip, man. Pickle juice under my tongue for 30.
Yep, try it.
That'll happen tonight, man. That'll happen. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's go to Steve. He's in the car this morning. Good morning, Steve. Where are you headed in the car this morning?
I'm going to Mass, Paul.
Well, God bless you.
In your old stomping grounds, Forest Hills.
Oh, you going to St. Maurice?
Yeah. Well,
There
now
we
it's
go.
St. Joseph the Worker with all the churches that closed, but going to 10 o'clock Mass and meet my brother for coffee. And I heard you on the radio, and I thought, I got to tell Paul Alexander that I think the Pirates are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to go on a crazy run. I just get these weird predictions sometimes. And also, you know what? You are like the number one Penn State guy, and I just got a cat because my girlfriend passed away, and I'm so sad and lonely.
I'm sorry.
And thank you very kindly. I named the cat Nittany.
Nice. That's a great name. Great name. Well, hang in there, Steve. Well, Steve, God bless you, and I'll say a prayer for you. And that's tough. I'm really sorry to hear about your girlfriend. That's brutal. Let's go to my man Boyd in Philadelphia. I wonder how he feels. Do you love your Pirates? Well, I know you do that. I know that's a given. But do you trust them?
Well, before I get into the crux of answering that question, you mentioned at the outset of the call that you wake up every morning with the glass full. I like I'm sure several of your listeners want to know just what is that glass filled with?
Oh, I'm a coffee guy.
Something stronger.
No, it's coffee in the morning, brother.
Oh,
now there's other things that may creep into my beverage selection, but we start the day with coffee, and that's without Bailey's. It's just straight coffee.
And some time ago, I had speculated that you were on that boat crossing the Delaware River with George Washington, and you admitted that you were.
I was.
I checked out the photograph. I did see you and Tab Douglas in that boat.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you stepping up and being honest.
And Tab was talking about goaltending in the NHL, which I couldn't get him to stop.
That was probably back in the days when they didn't have a mask on.
Exactly. Yeah, the old who what was it? Les Binkley was my last my last Penguin goaltender. I think that didn't wear a mask. Les Binkley.
Yeah, I remember Eddie Jockman, but that's the only one I remember. But if you have any
that was
contact with
an old
Tab,
Boston Bruin. That was an old Boston
Yeah.
Bruin, Eddie Jockman.
If you have any contact with Tab, tell him Boyd from Philadelphia says hello.
It's been a long time. I worked many years with his wife, Rose Ryan, who's an outstanding news anchor. She was fiery too. Tab didn't get away with much at home. I can tell you that because she didn't miss anything, and she told you the way it was. Rose Ryan is just classic, absolute classic, and so talented. Tab really knows his stuff as well.
Somebody had to keep him in line.
Oh my, good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, I now get to the main course here. I agree with you. I think that they're going to need to make some upgrades to the bullpen. Now, some of that may come internally.
Sure.
With Majinski moving to the bullpen, I think that will help.
And Boyd, I'm just going to stop you for a second there. How were you with his reaction to the perceived demotion?
I don't know that I heard what his reaction was. So
he needs to discuss it with his family and his agency. Like they took his toy away from him. And granted, I've had a lot of toys taken away from me over the years. I get it. It's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
He was performing, and I've been in that same situation where you're performing and things still don't go your way, and that's unfortunate. But you know what? You're a Major League Baseball player. Man up. And I get concerned when something screams to me that you are far more important than the team. His thoughts are about him and not the team. I don't like that. And I know we live in a world now where everybody's all about them. They have to get theirs. And I've seen what it does to teams. People wonder why the Steelers, the Killer Bees, never won. Because they didn't play for the team. They played for themselves. And he just stated to me that, you know what, I'm not cool with this because it's just not fair. Okay. Welcome to life, brother.
You make a good point, although to in fairness, he certainly has maybe a legitimate, concern because he did pitch well out of the starting role.
I'm not doubting that at all. I'm doubting the attitude.
Right. I agree.
I love the guys that says, "Hey, if it helps the team, I'm in." Now, granted, you may go close the door and say, "Hey, coach," or "Hey, manager," or "Hey, ever, this is BS, and I'm going to prove to you that this is the wrong decision." But in the meantime, you'll get everything I got to make this team better.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. But that having been said, he's going to the bullpen. I like what I've seen out of Dotel. I think if they can give increased leverage roles to the is it Bidwell, the Australian guy, I think help could come from within. But if
what's scary, Boyd? Like a guy like Montgomery, man. He was pitching lights out. He hadn't given up a home run. He had like a 12 or 13 inning stretch without allowing a run. Now he can't get it out. And I just don't understand. And you want to blame the manager for going to whomever he goes to in whatever inning when they don't do the job. But what's he supposed to do? Granted, we're a little short-sighted, I think, with how long guys can stay in the game as a starter. I don't think they give these guys nearly enough opportunity to kind of. I wish when you start a game, you had more of a say in how that game was going to go.
Oh, I agree.
And I can't stand the mentality of, and whoever came up, I heard this the other day too. Whoever came up that like 100 pitches was some sort of limit. Oh no, he can't. We can't let him go over 100 pitches. Why? What are we talking about here? Like, no one knows what the history of every guy that's had Tommy John. There's no rhyme or reason to how many innings or how many of this. They keep trying to quantify something that's unquantifiable.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And I'm so over it. You should be able to just look at a guy. If his velocity is up, his command is still where it should be, and he's working his own game, let him finish what he started. And let his arm Let his arm get stronger because he's pitched more. Now they're so concerned about, well, he's only pitched 110 innings professionally over the last. Okay, I get it. You want to protect your investment. I do. I get that. But you have no idea if you are or not protecting that investment because, again, there's no limit where, oh, you know what, that guy just pitched his 15,000th inning. He's going to have Tommy John tomorrow. It doesn't work that way at all.
I agree completely. You look at John Candelaria, just as a quick example. He pitched 220 innings his second year in the big leagues. They weren't limiting innings back then.
No.
And John was a power pitcher. I agree. I think, and they've lost some games this year by taking starting pitchers out when they still had plenty of gas left, went to the bullpen, and the bullpen coughed it up. And then they're complaining or crying the blues that the bullpen was overtaxed. Well, you can't limit your starters and go to your bullpen frequently and then say, well, our bullpen's overtaxed. Who are you going to bring up out of AAA to try and stem the tide here? It just doesn't work. So.
And you're naive to think that those are all Don Kelly decisions. I think Don Kelly's given you have this many innings with this guy. You have this many innings in this start with this guy. That comes down from on high.
It's industry-wide.
Oh, yeah. I think it's killing their arms for one. I mean, I know Nolan Ryan's a unicorn and a freak, and so was Gibson, and I could go on, but like Steve Carlton, I mean, I could just go on and on of pitchers, great pitchers that I watched growing up. They were never on a pitch count. I mean, going way back to like Bob Friend, I think he had like 1,000 complete games. I mean, it's just let these guys determine whether they get a W or an L next to their name when they start a game. And, I'm even okay. I've warmed up a little bit to this whole starter thing. If you're going into a weird sequence or days off or whatever, and you just want a guy to go out and throw like a couple innings, and then maybe you bring in a Majinski or somebody who could eat innings in the middle of it, go 4 or 5. Every once in a while, that's okay, as long as you don't interrupt a guy like Skeens, who he's good if he's every 5th day. I think Keller's one of those guys that likes kind of routine. Get these guys into a routine and let them determine their outcome. Let them determine whether or not it was a quality start or not. Don't micromanage the bullpen and your starters just because you want to look at a number at the end of the year of how many innings they pitched. It's not a science at all. They're trying to pretend it's a science.
I agree.
It's a joke to me because they're pretending it's a science and it's not.
Right. There's not one bit of evidence to suggest that pitch or innings limitation is extending careers and preserving pitchers. There's no. In fact, Mickey Lolich had said you build arm strength
exactly
when you pitch. So,
but I will say this: really, if you try to throw a curveball like in 10, 11 years, it's going to be bad for your arm.
Right.
I can attest to that.
Right, I agree. But all that having been said, I think if they can pick up a bullpen piece or two at the trade deadline, that's
Bailey Falter's out there. Bailey Falter's available.
Yeah. Well,
Boyd, always a pleasure, my friend. I hope you have a great Sunday afternoon. Get out there and enjoy this gorgeous weather.
You as well, sir. You
All
as
right.
well. Take care.
All right. Boyd from Philly, one of the great Pirate fans, very knowledgeable fan, and he loves his Buccos. But that's what I want this theme to be. I think right now, and this is a baseball town. Let's be honest about that. I think there's been some debates here about, is this a baseball town or an event town? Well, it's a baseball town. I mean, if you were at the Cueto game, if you experienced the 13, 14, and 15 seasons after years of not having a pulse as a baseball city, yeah, this is a baseball town. There's no question. But my question to you at 412-928-9370, how do you feel about this statement? This is where I stand with our Buccos right now. I love them. I just don't know if I can trust them. What do you think about that statement? All right, I want to tell you about the Fan 5 Alarm, presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, back on June 17th and 18th, and you can donate now. Make your tax-deductible donation at 937thefan.com. All proceeds benefit 25 local volunteer fire departments, presented by A to Z Fire Equipment, McVeigh Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and People's Natural Gas. Folks, if for whatever reason, your home, your abode, your apartment, whatever, we would be so lost without these volunteer fire. They're some of the most amazing people you'll ever meet. And it's like all of our great hospitals. You really hope you don't need them, but boy, you're so thankful that when you do, they're there. And let's get out there and support the Fan 5 alarm presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It's back June 17th and 18th. And I'm back right after a Joel Nelson headline and a couple words from our amazing sponsors right here on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pirates were 10-9 winners over Minnesota yesterday. They have a chance at a sweep. For today, 1:35 is the first pitch here on the Fan and on the free Odyssey app as Braxton Ashcraft will take on right-hander Zebby Matthews. 12 o'clock, the North Shore Tavern leadoff show with Dane Zangrilli, and the Pirates Insider Show is at 12:35 following that. Fan Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
The Fan 5 alarm presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is back June 17th at Wexford Volunteer Fire Company and June 18th at Robinson Town Center. Volunteer firefighters take their time to serve and protect our local communities, and this is your time to give back. You can visit us on site to make a donation or donate now at 937thefan.com. The Fan 5 alarm is brought to you by the National Fire Sprinkler Association and Centos. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. You listen to them every day. Now you can watch them too on the Fan video stream powered by Bowser. Catch your favorite 93.7 The Fan host live on the Fan video stream. Just hit up 937thefan.com. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
When life changes in an instant, an accident, an injury, or the loss of someone you love, the last thing you should worry about is fighting for justice alone. At Contos, Menjin, Killian, and Hassan, they put people first. They listen, guide, and stand with you through every step. Because of them, your success and your peace of mind will always come before anything else. Call 412-709-6162 today for your free consultation. That's 412-709-6162.
Hey, it's Pony, brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of 93.7 The Fan. Hey, this is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge is serving up a happy hour. That's right. Love happy hours. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, profit boost, bonus bets, and more. So get on there and check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. That can go a long way, adding into those parlays and getting better odds on bets this time of year with these great juicy matchups. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they are a wagon. Can San Antonio or New York knock them off here and end their reign? I honestly don't think so, even though I think both of those teams are really, really good. Head to FanDuel.com/Andrew to get started. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of being ignored by big box stores? Get fitted for your next set of clubs at Golf Specialties in Castle Shannon. Golf Specialties fits men, women, and juniors of all skill levels, featuring major brands including Mizuno, TaylorMade, Callaway, and Cobra. Golf Specialties.
I wish we were at the game right now.
To be honest, I don't mind watching it at home.
You'd rather be here than at the game?
I mean, kinda. We have comfy seats, replays, and this entire fridge full of Faygo.
Red Hot. 60-40. Dr. Faygo. Cotton candy. Rock and roll.
What the heck was that?
Oh, yeah. My fridge does that ever since I stocked it with all this Faygo.
Can I try?
All yours.
Root beer, candy apple,
orange.
I think one just said my name.
Faygo, with over 50 flavors. What flavor you got?
You've put in the work to get that first job, moved up the ranks, or started a family. Now it's time to take your success to the next level. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we're here to help you keep that momentum going with educational programs built around real-world, in-demand career skills. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus timeless skills like leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Affordable, accredited, and online. A UMGC education fits your life so you can keep growing while you keep going. You've succeeded before. Now succeed again. At UMGC, we believe nothing should stand in the way of your next achievement. Not doubt, not your life stage, and especially not an application fee. Just apply by June 1st and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
I need a little range, step
a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
It's Memorial Day all month long at Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi, North Huntington. Stand proud and save big with stars, stripes, and offers you can't miss on our lineup of new Outlanders. Shop our new Mitsubishi SUVs starting under $30,000 and ask about our $3,000 push, pull, or tow trade assistance.
Your deal.
Your way.
What a great day.
At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi, North Huntington. Call 724-995-3658 for offer details.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander with you until 10 this morning. Another thing that I'm going to ponder, is this the greatest stretch of weather maybe ever in Pittsburgh? I know we've had some decent runs here and there. However, this is to me, now my wife, she likes it a little warmer. You know, when we're in the low 70s for a high, she needs 80s. And again, if that's, if that's your thing, I get it. Some like it hot. But these cool nights, these crystal clear days are just, you want to bottle them and keep them and have them forever. But my question for you today is at 412-928-9370, do you love these Pirates? And do you trust these Pirates? Now, I know I'm stealing this from someone because I read it. Someone had written that, they really like the Pirates, they just don't trust them. And I'm like, I was like, oh, man, that's it. That's it. That's how I feel. I like them. This offense is incredible. I mean, the Pirates have 66 home runs already. I think that's probably what they had all of last year. I kid because I care. But you know what I'm saying? They're fourth in runs scored in Major League Baseball. Now, the runs allowed are a little bit disturbing. Okay. You don't get it all. That's life. Life is a lot like real estate. If you've ever been in the market for a home, and the frustration is real. You find the perfect house, it's not in the right place. You find the perfect neighborhood, it's not the right house. You find the perfect house, it's not the right yard. You find the right yard, and you just don't like the house. I mean, it's on and on and on. But unless you're the Dodgers, and that's the secret to being the Dodgers, like if you have multi-million dollars, you can buy your plot of land and build your perfect custom home. That's what the Dodgers do each and every year with baseball. We don't have that luxury here in Pittsburgh. But I just want to know how does that line strike you? Yeah, I love them. I just don't trust them. Because that's where I am. And I want to. I think we all do. But when you're watching a game and your team that you follow, that you care about, that you grew up loving is up 7-1, and you know that's not safe, there's a problem. That's a problem. That should be game over. But it's not. But I'll tell you what, the last 2 games have been a little bit exciting, and those are fun. All right, let's go to Denny. He's calling from Monroeville. Good morning, Denny.
Yeah, just calling to tell you, I 100% agree with you. I mean, I grew up in the 70s. I was 11 years old when they won the World Series and fell in love with the Pirates. I love them. I have a love-hate relationship with them.
That's perfect.
The past 10 years, I've turned them off, and I could not watch them. This year in the off season, they made the moves they needed to make their team better, and I'm excited. But it's a shame that I'm excited about that because that's what it should be every year.
Correct, and that. Not to take any shots at the Pirates right now, but what Ben Cherington and the Pirates did this offseason is what they should do every offseason. Go fill the holes that you have and go build a contending team because that's your job. That's what you do. You're trying to be a contending, winning baseball franchise. And if you, like 2 years ago, if you have an offseason like you had 2 years ago, I mean, you're kind of fraudulent because you did nothing to improve a bad team. But here's another thing, Denny, I have to come clean on. I said all the while that, you know what, if they can score, a bunch of runs, I'll deal with some of these guys not being very good defensively. I've become pretty hypocritical about that because a lot of the losses they've suffered this year have been really sloppy. They're a sloppy defensive team, and that makes me insane. Maybe because I was a light-hitting shortstop, and I was really, if the ball was hit to me, you knew that you were likely to get out. I wasn't fancy. I wasn't Ozzie Smith or anything, but every ball I was supposed to get to, I did, and I had a good arm and all those things. But I can't believe how bad some of these guys are that are playing professional baseball defensively. I really can't. Now, granted, we all know the bat plays. If you can hit, you're going to play, and they're going to find a place for you. But at the same time, my goodness, can't you just catch the damn ball? I don't get it. All right, Danny, thanks so much for the call. We appreciate it. Let's go to Al. He's on the road. Where are you, Al?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm heading to Willowbrook. I got a tee time at 9:30.
9:30. You're going to go hit some balls?
I'm going to go hit some balls. I got my pirate outfit on, which I wear every Sunday.
Nice.
And
hey, is everything okay? You had some shenanigans going on over there. Is that your club? Are you a member? Are they straightening that out? The IRS isn't coming to take your club, are they?
No. Everything, they're working out on it. We had a new board. We had new board members, and they got to the bottom of some stuff. And, everything's going to be okay.
Because that is a great, and I mean great golf course. I love that layout. I love that golf course. I remember when I moved to Pittsburgh in 98, I was looking for somewhere to play golf. And I was living out in the east suburbs. And someone said, you got to go check out Willowbrook. It's amazing. I went, I played, I loved it. I just said, just show me the pool. They're like, we don't have one of those. I'm like, my wife and kids aren't going to let me get away with this one. I got to find somewhere where they can hang out too. So that is a golfer's golf course. I'll tell you that. That's a golfer's club.
It's a hidden secret, I think, Tom. Hey, my 2 points are, I'm a diehard Pirate. Is it time, with the bullpen the way it's struggling, is it time to go ahead and let these starters go as long as they can?
Well, I mean, you can't risk, you really want to play in games that really matter in August, September, maybe into Dare to Dream October. No, you can't just let them go as long as they want to. But you know what? We're getting a little too, I think, overly cautious with pitch count and things like that. If a guy looks good in the 6th inning, give him the 7th inning. That's all I'm asking for. I know it's now a bullpen sport. I realize that, we don't see complete games anymore. Those things, the game's changed, and we have to understand that. I know that, Al, you're probably of a similar age of mine. We're old school. We wanted the Gibsons and the Blasses and all those guys to finish what they started, and that they felt as a starting pitcher, that was their job to throw the whole game. Save. There used to be like 5 or 6 less pitchers on a roster because you didn't need them because the starters handled the bulk of the innings. But that's now different. But at the same time, can we take the kid gloves off and quit pretending that we know how many pitches are going to be harmful for your arm? And why don't we understand that sometimes the more you let these guys pitch, the stronger their arms will become?
Stronger, and let them work out of the situations that they're in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Al, hit them well today. Don't give any putts to your opponents. Freak them out and make them putt everything. That'll really mess them up.
Well, I'll give them a little. I'll give them one here and there. And then when it comes down to it, they need that 2-footer. You got to putt it.
And hey, Al, here's the line. When they say to you, "Hey, Al, is that good?" Here's your answer. It's not bad.
There you go.
It's not bad. That means you better putt the damn thing in the hole if you want it to count, right?
That's right.
All right, Al, enjoy your day at Willowbrook. One of my favorite tracks out there. And yes, kind of a hidden gem. All right. The Berg Proud Challenge is gaining momentum, and we need you. And I'm pointing right at you. Wait, there's a camera. I forget I'm on camera. We need you. How about that? Was that good, Jolie? Was I on camera there? We need you to join the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank along with the Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers by moving 30 miles this June. You can grab a one-of-a-kind Berg Proud shirt featuring all 3 black and gold logos when you start a fundraising campaign and raise your first $25. Plus, your contribution goes twice as far thanks to a matching grant from the Richard King Mellon Foundation. Sign up today at pittsburghfoodbank.org/Odyssey Pittsburgh. How cool. Get out there and, a day like today, I have not missed a walk this week with my dog, which is just weather like this. It's criminal if you don't get outside. And here's another thing, folks. If you have a convertible, if you made that jump, if you don't have that top down today, go trade it in. Because you don't understand the concept of a convertible. It's made for this kind of weather, not 95. You want that top up with the air conditioning on when it's 95. No, this is the weather that you get that top down. My sunroof's been open just constantly over the last several days. And I think we have more of these days to come. In fact, why don't I go ahead and tell you what it's going to be like? This is too good. Fan weather. It's brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get to your retirement and get it back on track. This gives me joy. Sunny skies and temperatures around 75 today. Similar weather expected across the week. Let's just do that again. Sunny skies, temps around 75 today. Similar weather expected across the week. Now, if you're on your couch and you're not going outside today, you need to get help, okay? Get outside. Get some vitamin D and just enjoy this unbelievable weather. Go for a bike ride. Go for a walk. Get the dog outside. Go play golf like Al. Maybe he's not going off until 9:30. Get a hold of Al, and maybe he needs one for Willowbrook at 9:30. Just get out and enjoy this beautiful weather and enjoy our final 2 hours here. 1 hour down, 2 to go right here on the Paul Alexander Show. On the voice. No. We're not the voice of Pittsburgh. We're Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. And, I'm sorry. I knew it was going to happen at some point. We'll be back right after a Joel Nelson headline.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. It's the season to break out the clubs. Practice your swing, then look for the 19th hole. Golf season is here, and Going Low is back. Join Chris Muller every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Going Low. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Chris will talk national golf news, meet with local golf pros, and visit courses throughout the summer. Going Low is brought to you by Cedarbrook Golf Course, True Green, Chestnut Ridge Golf Course, and Omni Bedford Springs. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app.
When their world isn't safe, they need someone to notice, to wonder and worry, to be their voice. If you suspect child abuse in any way, report it. You can be their hero. Your call can change their world.
Report suspected abuse by calling 1-800-932-0313 or visit keepkidssafe.pa.gov for more information. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Chris Muller here. I had one of those days recently where everything should have felt hectic. I had kids throwing up at home. I was working solo, so there was a little bit more on my plate at the office. Basically, your normal circus, right? Just everything going on and all of it happening too fast. And then I realized I wasn't carrying that low-grade, buzzing, why am I annoyed at a lamp kind of anxiety around with me. And it made me think back to the old version of me. The afternoon fog, anxious, lousy sleep, all the things we don't want. And I no longer have, thanks to losing 35 pounds with Awaken 180. Because losing the weight is great, but all the benefits that come with it are the most important. The benefits you can't get with GLP-1 meds. Sure, suppressing your hunger will help with losing weight, but there's something to be said about eating the right way. Awaken 180 showed me the right way doesn't give up flavor. It actually gives you a sharper sense of taste. Look it up. Lose the weight and turn hectic into, I've got this, at awaken180weightloss.com.
Your hometown building partner since 1956, 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
Hey, it's Pony. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity's summer savings event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Hey, Colin Dunlap for Schultz Ford. There is a lot going on at Schultz Ford now that we've drifted into the warmer months. How about this? Employee pricing. It is back, and man, is it a big deal. So, ask for it. All those great locations. Schultz Ford Wexford, Schultz Ford Harmer, Schultz Ford South in West Mifflin, Schultz Ford in Wheeling, and always online at schultzford.com. People love employee pricing. Man, how could you not? So go check out what you want. Maybe you want an Explorer. Maybe you want a Mustang. Perhaps that Expedition for some family vacation time. Oh, yeah. So get there. And the service cannot be beaten. You know that, right? Schultz Ford is the place. All those great locations, all those wonderful people, and employee pricing is back. Oh, that's something. So go online, check out the vehicle you want right now at schultzford.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all 4 of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
All right, Joel Nelson for Fan Headlines. Pirates yesterday were 10-9 winners over the Minnesota Twins, and so the Pirates have won the series. They got a chance at a sweep for today. 1:35 the first pitch from PNC Park. Braxton Ashcraft will take on Zebby Matthews, and it's right here on The Fan with coverage at noon presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, and the Pirates Insider Show follows that at 12:35. More headlines at 937thefan.com. Right now, hour number 2 with Paul Alexander.
We're here so you don't miss a thing.
I'm turning it up.
Live and local on the weekends. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander with you until 10. We do have Bucks Twins today, 1:35 first pitch, and all the ancillary programming that are attached. Ben Charrington show today and all the other machinations of getting you ready for Bucko baseball, as I think it would only be fitting to send Derek Shelton away having been swept. A couple of things he did when he was here didn't sit well with me, so I know he's a good guy. He did some things that just that rankled me a bit when he was here. Not on the. I mean, I don't think he was a very good manager. I don't know how he got another opportunity to manage in the bigs. But you know what? Not a bad guy at all. Just treated some people with the organization less than. It just didn't sit well with me. Let's go to my good buddy Anthony in Oakland. Hello, Anthony. How are you this morning?
Thank you, Paul. Paul, I'll say something quickly on baseball, but I want to get to quarterbacks before I hang up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly.
It's not even June yet, Anthony. Anthony, you're better than this.
Well,
you're so much better than this. You know what? We're going to have all of August and, right up until that first game in September, we can talk Steelers quarterback. We can even go, well, I'll talk about all-time favorites. Like, what do you think of Joe Gilliam? I'll do anything you want about Steeler quarterbacks. But in freaking May, when the Pirates are freaking above 500 and looking like a contending team, you want to talk about do you want to talk about Aaron freaking Rodgers?
No. I'll tell you, let me just say this about baseball. When you've got a 6-run lead and you're a so-called good pitcher, that should be in your hip pocket.
Yeah.
And that go for Skis and Keller. They're supposed to be the linchpins of this organization's pitching staff. You can't allow this to happen.
Well, you know what you can't allow, and here's where perception can become reality. When you start blowing leads, that becomes, it's like missing putts on the golf course or dropping balls as a receiver. Once the bad stuff starts happening, you kind of manifest it because you think it's going to happen. You're afraid it's going to happen. These guys need to freaking shut the door down and say, you know what? We're done with this nonsense. A 6-run lead is, it's over. This game is over because of who we are as pitchers, and they have not allowed that to happen, and that's concerning.
Well, we saw some confidence in the offense, though. But if this would have been last year, Minnesota would have won that game.
Oh, no doubt. And even Friday night, they would have never won that game.
Yeah, they would have won those games. But
so that's encouraging. That's what I'm feeling like. Yes. So that takes me to my whole premise. I love them. I'm not sure I trust them.
Yeah, because their offense is, there's no question, it's a lot better. And they have a lot more confidence to come back.
And plus you see that, when you have a guy like Cruz and a guy like Reynolds, those are the only two legitimate sticks they've had for a couple of years now. Look what happens to them when they get something around them.
Yeah.
It's just, you know how that people don't understand that sports is not, there's a lot of individualism in baseball. You have your own average. You have your own, if you're a pitcher, you have a 1-loss record or a save or an ERA. You have a lot of statistical things. You go, he's good, he stinks. And you can look at it statistically, but it's still a team game. You still win and lose as a team. And you don't realize just how important all of the facets of that team is. And you need to.
Look, you and I go back even further. We know, yes, was Roberto Clemente and Willie Starzl the great? Of course. But the players that are around him were also good. The Olivers, the Hebners, the Robinsons, the Alous.
All of them.
Parkers, Madlocks, Garners.
Tim Foley.
They all played a part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, let me say this. It's not about a Steeler quarterback. You know, politics and sports intertwine at times, but the attacks on Jackson Dart were ridiculous.
People have lost their minds.
We live in a constitutional republic. We can support whomever candidate we want to. I don't need a player like Abdul Carter criticizing because of this man's support. He can support whomever he chooses. It should not have blown into a story about someone's particular candidate or not. And we got to stop this nonsense, folks, or we don't live in the United States anymore. Then what we are the Soviet Union circular 1966.
We need to get back to agreeing to disagree.
Right.
That's all. It said, you know what? I don't like that guy. I wish you didn't support him. But you know what? That's your right. That's your prerogative. Go have it. Go do it. I mean, it is so ridiculous. And I don't want to go in this kind of rant because, I do spend a lot of time on the other side, on the AM side. I don't want to do that today here. But it leaks in. I know it leaked in. I know it got in. And people are like, but I'm not going there just because we know.
It was just ridiculous.
And here's where I stand politically. If you're doing something that really just doesn't make any sense from a common sense standpoint, I'm out. So unfortunately, there's a whole side that is pretty much defying common sense in so many different ways. It makes me sick to my stomach. And that's one of them. Allow people to have their own opinion and respect it.
Well, yeah, that's the only reason I commented on it, because it looks ridiculous. So what they're saying initially is our side is always right. You don't have a right to say anything about the other side.
Which is exactly where trouble, that's where trouble starts.
Right. Or we'll cancel you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cancel proof, so I can do whatever I want. I'm 70 years old. They can try to cancel me anytime they want. I love being canceled.
Anthony, my favorite line is, I'm an equal opportunity offender.
Right.
If you're an idiot, I'm coming after you. If you're wrong, I'll tell you. I don't care. And you're right. We're at that age now. The filter is a lot less than it used to be, and I don't care. I've had, when I host these shows, I have all the different teams. I can't believe you're talking about this. Well, believe it, because I am. Because you know what? This microphone is open. It's my show, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I express my opinion. I back all of it up with great research and great knowledge and great experience. So come at me. I don't care. You can come at me any way you want, Anthony. We are. And you and I aren't exactly aligned 100%, but we have an unbelievable ability to do this crazy thing called discuss, debate, and respect. It ain't that hard.
No. And you know what? It's a privilege to be on the first commercial broadcasting station
in America. Yes. I take, and these opportunities, you know what? They can take them away from you, and they have.
Yes,
so I love every second of it. You know that.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, Anthony. I thought you were going Aaron Rodgers on me there, and I just wasn't ready for it. I love the fact that you made that statement. It needed to be made. Yes, you should be able to support whomever you and just let the chips fall where they may. This country is not in a good place. It's not. And I love the rants that I go on occasionally about the greatest place to be if you want to see how the world really is in a locker room. All the different backgrounds, ethnicities, religious beliefs, they're all melded together to be a team. And that's what we should be as a race, the human race. We should all be so different opinions, respect everyone else's opinion, and just choose to have your own. Why do you want everyone to be exactly like you or think exactly like you? That's idiotic. Closed-mindedness is a destroyer of civilizations. It really is. So don't go there. All right, let's go to Jeff. He's checking in from Shaler. Shaler's a great baseball town, isn't it, Jeff?
Great baseball town, great high school baseball program. You can't deny it, Paul. Thanks for the comment.
Well, you have a baseball field named after one of the great high school coaches in all of time. I remember doing a few
for the team. He just graduated on Friday. I'm proud of him. So
I love it. I remember I used to do a couple. They used to have the Shaler Baseball Smokers. Did you ever attend any of those back in the day?
I'm 50 years old, and I'm not showing your age, Paul, but I've never heard of them.
Oh yeah, they would have fundraisers for the boosters, and I remember I was there with Mike White, Gene Collier, and I forget whom else.
Wow!
And with that fire hall that sits on top of that hill over there in Shaler, it was one of the great times. The only problem was, I followed Gene Collier, who right then at that time was really launching his stand-up comedian, career. And if you haven't seen Gene Collier do stand-up, you're missing out because the guy's hilarious. So I was so mad. Mike White had put it together from the Post-Gazette, and I had to follow Gene, and I was not happy. I'm there trying to be inspirational and talking about kids. This is a dream. Remember, that's fleeting because, like your son just experienced, you play your last high school game much sooner than you think it'll ever happen. And then
I think it's harder on the parents.
Oh, it's brutal. It is. I was just talking the other day, like my girls were great performers and my son was a really good soccer player. And they're adults now. And the thing I miss most, Jeff, is watching them do their thing.
Yep,
I miss that.
I agree with you. I know.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. We digress.
No, I was going to say, when you say your rants, I love your rants. That's why I listen to you.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
And hey, I just wanted to talk real quickly. This city is so funny because I grew up here. I grew up in Green Tree. I live in Shaler now. But boy, this city is so wishy-washy. If the Pirates lost yesterday, we'd be having a different conversation.
Ooh. Yeah, you blow a lead like that, and you know what? There should be a different conversation if they lost that one yesterday.
No, I agree with you, but I'll tell you what. I work real quickly. I work the Pirate games for my kids' hockey program. It goes towards their tuition and things like that.
Oh, how cool. That's great.
The one comment I wanted to make to you is, I'll tell you what, and then I have one more comment to make about Shaler because I have a question for you.
Sure.
The first thing is the thing I noticed, even watching I rewatched the game as well. I'm diehard. I watch it in the middle of the night if I can't sleep. Dennis Santana looked good. It looked like he had his old stuff back yesterday.
You know what? I forget. I think it was his first.
Only one game.
The first batter he faced. That slider that he struck him out with was just sick, and you're like, yeah, he's back.
I know.
He's back.
I know. I know. And the one thing I wanted to make a comment about, and then I'll let you go. The old school people I talk to in Shaler talks about this guy that used to have like a 2 or 3 man, or he took on a baseball team himself, and he was like the pitcher, the shortstop, the second baseman. He was like a one-man show. Do you know who I'm talking about? His name was like Ernie or somebody?
Eddie Feiner? Was it a softball guy?
Eddie Feiner, not Ernie. Eddie Feiner.
Eddie Feiner.
I get a lot of that Eddie Feiner came to Shaler back in the day and it was packed.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, this guy he would strike out major league hitters from second base.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was a freak of nature. He was. You can probably Google him. I'm sure there's some YouTube videos out there of Eddie Feiner. He was a legend.
That's awesome. Well, Paul, thanks for taking my call, and I'll continue to listen as always.
All right, Jeff. Thanks so much. Dante, I hope you can hang through the break because I'm right up against it here. We want to get to a Joel Nelson headline. I'm going to remind you that the Fan Text Line is brought to you by Edgar Snyder & Associates, a personal injury law firm. Where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. And Fan Twitter, brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township. All right, Dante, you'll be the leadoff hitter out of the next break, and you're wide open, too, if you want to check in, 928-9370. And, of course, we're in the 412. It's the Paul Alexander Show on Sports Radio, 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pirates were 10-9 winners over the Minnesota Twins yesterday. Game 3, the final game of the series, will be this afternoon at 1:35. Catch it here on the Fan and on the free Odyssey app with coverage at noon, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. And the Pirates Insider Show will follow at 12:35. It is Braxton Ashcraft against Zebby Matthews this afternoon at PNC Park. Fan Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate Games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Macanudo Cigars will be at Verona New Cigars for a lunch party. Introducing the new Macanudo Sumatra and Ecuadorian Shade Cigars. Don't miss the smoker at Verona New Cigars, 754 Allegheny River Boulevard. Friday, June 5th from 7 to 10. Have a great evening of cigar smoking with a taco bar from Trilogy Kitchen, beer and cocktails from Riverbank Distillery. Only a $10 cover. Buy 10 cigars, get 3 free, or 25% off boxes on the new release of Macanudo Sumatra and Ecuadorian Shade.
Hey, it's Pony for the FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of 93.7 The Fan. And guess what? FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. You've got spreads, player points, threes, and more. Build it all into a same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, I think you should bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. So just head to FanDuel.com/Andrew to get started. The New York Knicks are scorching hot, and they are blowing through the playoffs after their hiccups in the first round against Atlanta, getting back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Holy cow. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
84 Lumber is partnered with Anderson Windows and Doors to bring a brand new showroom to Mount Lebanon. From homeowners to industry pros, everyone can see, touch, and interact with various series of Anderson windows and a wide variety of doors to make the most informed decision for their build. 84 Lumber experts are on site to demonstrate product features, answer your questions, and even schedule a visit to the job site for measuring and installation. Your budget matters, and flexible financing options are available. Call today to schedule a personal consultation at 570-507-8015.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Hit the road in a brand new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport 4-door from South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Adventure starts at just $279 a month for 36 months or score 0% APR for 36 months. Visit SouthHillsChryslerJeep.net for more details. Your property is your investment. Secure your property now in the event of a disaster. 1-800-BOARD-UP of Pittsburgh provides emergency services 24/7. Whether there's a fire, vehicle impact, break-in, etc., they secure your property, protect your investment, and provide peace of mind. 1-800-BOARD-UP of Pittsburgh provides comprehensive victim services, board up and roof cover, temporary fencing, and more. Staffed by emergency responders, they work with your insurance to get the cost covered. Easy to remember. Dial 1-800-BOARD-UP.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
You know what's unfortunate for me at this very moment? I don't feel like I can live up to the fanfare that the music suggests that I have something really big coming. I really don't. Just talking to Bucko baseball. With the axiom today, what I put forward is, yes, I love this Pirate team. I'm not sure I can trust them. I just want to know if that captures maybe how you feel. Now, there's always going to be, you know what, I mean, and I love the diehards. They just love the Pirates no matter what, and they'll rationalize everything. Oh, the umpire squeezed, they look for excuses so they can defend their team. And I respect that. I get that. Then there's those that are just going to hate. Well, I'll never love this team as long as this ownership has this team. I'll never root for them. They'll never get a dime in my mind, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You're never changing their minds. I never worry about them. I don't talk to people. When I know people, and it's certainly true in politics, if I know people are dead set in their beliefs and they're not going to listen to a word you say because they know they're right, I'm done. I don't waste time with idiots. I just don't. Let's go to Dante and Sewickley. Dante, thanks for your patience. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. It's an honor to be on the phone with you. You're such a class act.
Oh, God bless you. I don't know what you've been smoking or drinking, but I think it's working.
Not too much. Nothing smoking and very little drinking anymore these days.
Yeah, I know. I know the feeling. I know that feeling.
I wanted to ask your opinion and hear some things that I haven't heard people speak much about, and that's the season-long workload of some of the pitchers on the staff, because if they do get into the postseason, I think they might be able to make some hay if the bullpen performs well. And so my questions are, going back to the very beginning of spring training, there was talk of Paul Skeens ramping up early and pitching early, maybe a month early, and throwing a lot of pitches, and because of the baseball classic.
Correct.
And so my first question is, what kind of an impact is that going to be for him in September and October, and is there something they need to do? And because nobody's been talking about that. And then secondly, we just had Jared Jones come back, and one of the things I was wondering is, just the biggest complaint that it seems like fans have and questions about this season overall is, you have a game when Keller's doing really well, right? Or Ashcraft is doing really well. And then Don Kelly pulls him what seems like early because of workload. And I was just wondering, would it have made more sense to go to a six-man rotation so that they can pitch a little deeper and have their time off with just an extra day in between? And I'm going to hang up and listen to what you have to say, if that's okay.
All right, Dante. No, that's fine. And I appreciate the kind words. There's a lot of things in play, and a lot of it's analytics. So the reason you don't see your starter into the seventh inning a lot of times, that means it's their third time through the lineup. And supposedly, analytics prove that when you're a pretty decent hitter, when you see that starting pitcher for a third time, you're going to have him figured out. And I'm sure there's some statistical analysis that will back that up. But you have a guy that's shoving, you have a guy that's dealing, has his good stuff, and he's pitching well. That's not the day that they're going to hit him because it's the third time through. And we ignore that these are human beings. We ignore that there's a competitive adrenaline thing that really, I want the pitcher that when he has runners in scoring position, that's when he gets the strikeout. And that's not something analytics will ever produce. Because, and I used to tease Teak, I had so much fun working with Teak on Pirates postgame shows. We had an absolute blast. And analytics kept creeping further and further into what we did on the postgame show. And I just said, oh, Teak, the third, the last 3 outs of the game are no different than the first 3 outs of the game. That's what the guy from MIT says. That's what the guy from Harvard says. And that's the guys you have to understand. Major League Baseball, all the front office are filled with these MIT, Harvard, statistician guys that supposedly have everything figured out. And the analogy that I always use, imagine the guy that's never won a major playing 16, 17, and 18 on Thursday at Augusta. And he goes 1 under over those 3 holes. Imagine that same guy that's never won a Masters playing those same 3 holes with a 1-shot lead on Sunday. Here's the kind of things that happen. If you're a human being, maybe it's speaking in front of other people. Maybe there's some things that when you notice yourself getting all clammy, having trouble breathing, maybe can't even feel your hands because you're so nervous, that's baseball. A lot of, there's a lot of guys that are clutch and a lot of guys that aren't. And guess what? There is no analytics for clutch. There's no analytics for leverage situations for relievers. Oh, this guy's really good in the 7th. He doesn't seem to be so good in the 9th. Why is that? Nerves, human qualities, all the things that analytics don't show. So it's the front office that says these guys shouldn't pitch into the 7th inning because analytics say 3rd time through the lineup, you're not as effective. Well, maybe that's true. But you know what? Maybe not on that day, for the love. If we just allowed the numbers to dictate and determine everything, why even have a manager? If you don't have any gut decisions, you don't serve any purpose there. Just let AI be your manager. And I think we've allowed that to happen too much. And in terms of these fictitious limits in terms of innings pitched and all the things like that, there's no analytics that prove if you pitch this many innings after not pitching that many innings that your arm's going to fall off. No, arms fall off because you're throwing a ball close to 100 miles an hour repeatedly. Sometimes your arms and your bodies can't handle that. So the best thing you can do as a pitcher maybe is pitch a little more, throw a little more long toss or something. I don't know. But these guys are pitchers. And when if you don't let them eat, then you don't know what you're going to have. And what we're going to have with Paul Skeens, who pitched in that baseball classic before the season even started, I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have, but the effect will be on the bean counters that say that's too many innings. We can't let him pitch. So we'll get to the Pirates will get into a playoff series and go, no, we're going to shut Paul Skeens down. He can't start. The best pitcher in all of baseball can't start because we can't go past that inning limit. I'm sorry. We just can't. All right, let's go to John in Greentree. He wants to talk a little Bucko baseball. Hey, John.
How you doing today, Paul?
Never better. Thanks so much for asking. How are you?
Man, your voice is always the voice of reason. I'm out doing some Uber eating deliveries.
Nice. What are people ordering this morning?
A lot of breakfast, a lot of coffee. Yeah.
I'm hungry, man. Right now, I'm building up a bit of an appetite. I may have you come here right now for the love.
You know what? Your last point was so dead on correct. I forgot why I even called. I was listening to that going, what the heck? You're exactly spot on. You know what? They write all kinds of sports books, psychology, and all kinds of stuff. You could delve into that beyond belief. But what we do rely on is numbers and going on MLB.com, and we rely on that way too much.
And here's what's scary, and that's why I love the old school managers, especially. I love coaches and managers that aren't afraid of losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Because they can go out and go ahead and make decisions that may go against analytics, and if they fail, they're not going to get fired. But Don Kelly's in his first full year as a big league manager. He has to go with what Ben Sherrington and all the MIT people, all of them, they all say the numbers suggest this is what you should do. And if you go against that and then it fails and it doesn't work, you're on the line. Like you're like, oh my gosh, see, if he would have just listened, we would have been fine. Meanwhile, I love when you take a pitcher out and the guy that comes in, gets batted around or is not effective, doesn't close the game out. So you're assuming that if you left the guy in, that they weren't going to hit the ball or they weren't going to hit a 3-run homer to beat him. Yeah. That's an unfair assumption. You don't get to make that assumption. Even the Sid Bream thing and going back to the Pirates in the 90s, there were some things that Jim Leland did that could have been questioned, but we can't assume that if you leave the starter in, the things still don't go bad.
The greatest reality show ever is watching like an old-time coach go out to the mound, looking at his face as he walks out to the mound.
Yeah. And exactly.
It goes.
And I would love, that's why I miss like an A.J. Burnett, where he would basically just look at the manager like, don't you dare even think you're coming out here.
Don't even come out here.
Don't even, what are you doing? And
I will throw my glove right at you if you come out here.
I will fight you right here on the mound if you come out here and try to take me out. Those are the guys that I miss and love. And I want my manager to certainly have statistical history available to him, but his gut's going to tell him what to do.
If it doesn't come down to humanity and they get a human doing the job, then why even watch?
And, John, here's a little something that you learn with age. Your gut tells you what your mind doesn't know.
Yes.
And you have to allow that.
I'm going to get back to making money.
All right, John.
Your voice is a voice of reason. I love listening to you.
God bless you. I'd love a couple breakfast sandwiches if you have a moment. That would be great. John doing some Uber Eats this morning. This develops an appetite, I'm not going to lie. And I did not sleep well last night. And I think it was, I forget who chimed in. I'm going to try that tonight before bed. Pickle juice under my tongue for 30 seconds, and I won't get cramps. Or if you have cramps, they'll go away. And my wife will attest. Now, all of you that are involved in Big Pharma, I know you probably have a great job, and you're doing. I'm over Big Pharma. I'm looking for anything that involves homeopathic solutions. And, pickle juice under your tongue to get rid of cramps, I'm going to try it because all these things that like baking soda and all these other amazing elements and these amazing products that are out there, the reason that people push them aside was no one's making any money. And again, the voice of reason, let me tell you this. If something doesn't make sense, whatever it may be, why would they build that here? Why would this happen here? Why would they fire that guy? Why did this happen? Why did they add this? It's always about the money. Always. And the first time someone says it's not about the money, guess what it's about? It's about the money. That's just the way it is. So, the same thing with the analytics and everything else. They want to protect their investment. Pitchers' arms, be it their right or their left, they invest wildly in these arms. And they want to protect them. And I get it. I really do. But there's no scientific data that suggests you know what the hell you're doing with these inning limits and pitching limits. And we don't know how that actually works because some people have done it one way and they had Tommy John. Some people did it the other way. They had Tommy John. Some people did it a completely different way. They never had Tommy John surgery. So it's just, to me, it's a crapshoot. Dave, can you do me a favor and hang through for the break? I want to get Jolie Nelson with a headline and then get right back to you at 412-928-9370. We're talking Bucco baseball, and it's almost June. And your Buccos are still very much right in the middle of all of this contention, all of this craziness, all this stuff you talk about. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? Instead of, oh my gosh, they have to rebuild, they have to do this. No, they have a very intriguing lineup. They have some great arms. They have a lot of different pieces. I'm just hoping they can all meld together. So not only can I love them, I want to trust them. Dave will be first up when we come back from break, and then you're wide open at 928-9370. I'm with you until 10 o'clock. It's the Paul Alexander Show on Sports Radio, 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
San Antonio Spurs took down the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals last night, 111-103. So the Spurs will take on the New York Knicks Wednesday at 8:30 in San Antonio to open up the NBA Finals. In the Stanley Cup Finals, the Golden Knights will take on the Hurricanes in Raleigh, North Carolina, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Pirates yesterday, 10-9 winners over the Minnesota Twins. Game 3 is this afternoon at 1:35. Pirates have a chance at a sweep with Braxton Ashcraft on the mound up against Sebby Matthews. Coverage on The Fan at noon presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. And that's followed by the Pirates Insider Show at 12:35. Fan headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan gets your day started with the latest in Pittsburgh sports with the Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley. Weekdays 5:40 to 10. Presented by Guardian Protection on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. The Bob and Joe Show, weekdays 10 to 2.
Joe, before I even get into the Steelers topic, I was wondering what you thought of this. I was on hold with customer service, and then they were like, to go back to the main menu, press the star key. And then it dawned on me, what a cool segment.
The star key.
Cool segment idea for Joe Starkey. Press the star key.
You like that?
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you.
I like that.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we're going to go to that next
push
week.
The star key.
That's beautiful.
Let's push him in a direction.
Off the ledge. Back him into a corner.
The Bob and Joe Show, weekdays 10 to 2 on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
It's Memorial Day all month long at Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi North Hills. Stand proud and save big with stars, stripes, and offers you can't miss on our lineup of new Outlanders. Featuring premium interior, advanced safety technology, and affordable third-row seating, like the new 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander. Drive one home today for 0% APR for 72 months. And every new Mitsubishi includes 2 years of limited maintenance standard.
Your deal.
Your way.
What a great day.
At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in the North Hills. Call 412-453-8035 for offer details.
Homeowners, if your home needs a new roof, call a Platinum Preferred Roofing Contractor. Owens Corning only selects the best 1% of all its dealers, and JP Roofing and Signing has earned that honor. They've accomplished this through hard work and customer satisfaction and offer the best warranty in the business. Homeowners receive $500 off any roof or siding installation. Ask about 100% financing, no payments for 18 months, and free estimates. All that, JP Roofing and Siding. Give them a call at 412-829-7711. That's 829-7711.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly.
You've got better things to do this summer than deal with old appliances. That's why right now at Lowe's, you can still get in on Memorial Day savings and get up to 45% off select major appliances. Plus, get up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. It's time to upgrade what's outdated. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/3. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
Hey, it's Pony. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity's summer savings event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber, coaxial cable.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com.
Welcome back. Commemorative Fan 5-alarm T-shirts available at KeystoneCustomApparel.com. Portion of the proceeds benefits local volunteer fire departments. Order your shirt while supplies last. The Fan 5-alarm is presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union and brought to you by Target Freight Management at 1-800-BOARD-UP. All right, I'm going to get to Dave in just 1 second, but I just came across something on the internet. A 70-year-old man robbed a bank in Kansas, handed the teller a note demanding cash and warning that he had a gun. The teller gave him $2,900, but the man didn't run. In fact, he just sat in the lobby and waited for police because he had had a fight with his wife, and he decided he'd rather go to jail than go home. This man wanted to go to jail instead of back to his house with his wife. You know what the judge sentenced him to? House arrest. Truth is always better than fiction. I mean, Dave, I hope you agree. That's a funny story. Is that not a funny story, Dave?
Listen, buddy, that's the funniest story I've heard in a while. There's some guys that are really unhappy.
Robbed a bank, sat in the lobby, and wanted to go to jail instead of go home.
That takes the cake for an unhappy husband.
And then he gets house arrest.
Right. That judge has got a sense of humor, too.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, that's too good.
So I've got a couple moves I feel the Pirates... I mean, it's right.
So you're playing GM for me today. I love it. What do you got?
Yes, sir. Let's just establish the fact that our bullpen is about mediocre. Okay.
I'd say below. Yeah, it's not good. It's not dependable.
So go into every game planning on your bullpen giving up a couple runs,
maybe worst 5 or 6 scenario. Here and there. Yeah.
Right. So in order to offset that, you need to put the best offensive lineup you can in every game. Triolo's got to go. I'm sorry. The guy has never hit at any level he's been at.
And you know what's bad? Even the other night, and this is when it really was exposed, he had a costly error. He's in there for his defense. He can't hit a lick, and he makes a defensive blunder. Granted, everyone's going to make a physical mistake now and again, but he can't afford to do that because you're right. He's never hit at any level. He's simply on the team because he's a Gold Glove fielder. But when you don't come through as a fielder, you got to go. I'm with you on that. We're good, Dave. I'm with you 100%.
Trade him if you can. Get a bottle of Gatorade, a bag of balls, something. Joey Bart, Endy Rodriguez is my starting catcher.
Yes.
Henry Davis stays as Paul Skeens' guy.
And maybe even you could even put him in late in the game as a defensive replacement.
There you go.
Okay.
And Brian Reynolds, who I absolutely love, he has taken McCutcheon's place as the face of the franchise over the last 7-8 years.
And that's completely, and God bless him. I mean, yeah, he finally has some bats in the lineup that can protect him and give him. His on-base percentage right now is over 400.
Yeah, he's playing really, really well.
Now, defensively, when the ball's in the air going to either in right or left, I'm not happy. I'm like a little concerned because he's not a defensive player. But that's okay. I said, and I have to stick to it, if he hits like Brian Reynolds, he can play wherever he wants because that's worth it, and it's okay. But he still scares me a little bit, and he's become the face, but the man, you put a microphone in his face, nothing comes out. So he's not going to be the personality of the ball club. He may be the face of the ball club.
Well, this is where we take that stress off of him. Ozuna, you got to bite the bullet. Okay, we're over a quarter of the way through the season. You got to bite the bullet. DFA him. Reynolds goes to.
I give him June. I give Ozuna June because, one, it's a $12 million investment, and two, this guy's career suggests when it warms up, he heats up. So give him June.
Okay. Reynolds goes to the DH. Your young kids.
Oh, yeah.
Alphabet and Esmeralda.
The password. You mean the password?
The password.
Yes.
Those two.
Oh, he can play. How about him? All of a sudden, you see a guy in the outfield like run after a ball and make a throw like he did. I'm like, whoa, where's that been?
Right.
It got me all excited. Like, you're allowed, even if you're a good hitter, guess what? Like some of the great players we've all grown up and loved, you're allowed to be a good defensive player, too.
Right.
Ken Griffey Jr., guys like that, you're allowed to be really good defensively as well.
Sure.
You can be a 5-tool player. You can be Connor Griffin. You're allowed.
Yeah, you don't have to be a one-trick pony. But those three moves, I mean, you get those young bats infused into the lineup. I'm sorry, Connor Griffin is a 20-year-old kid.
Did you see him score from second yesterday?
Oh, he is remarkable, and he's only 20.
He's one of the fastest players in baseball. He's amazing, and he's only getting. You're like you said, he's only 20. And you know what's funny is if you take his average from 20 on, like he was okay at 19, but man, is he good at 20?
It's remarkable, and like you said, I've been watching baseball. My first baseball game was John Candelaria's no-hitter in 76.
Wow.
That was the first baseball game I ever went to. And I've been in love with baseball and the Pirates ever since. I was 8 years old.
Yeah, I was at Forbes Field in like 1966, so I got you beat by a little bit, but not much.
Wow.
Yeah, Forbes Field was special. But, man, the memories, they're not quite. I just remember my first game at Forbes Field, Willie Stargell was playing first base, and some guy heckled him for the entire game. Just call him in a bum, and he was. I'm yelling. I'm going to my dad. I'm like, Dad, what? Can't they throw him out? He goes, I wish they would, but they probably won't. He kind of, he paid his money to get in. They're probably going to let him do what he wants. I'm like, I want this guy out of here. He was really so annoying. Fans can be so annoying.
Right. Oh, they really, especially if you go to a Steeler game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I won't go to Steeler games anymore. But anyway, I'm truly excited, like you said about Brian Reynolds. They've finally put a lineup around him.
Look at him. And he is having so much fun. His pure joy touching home plate after that walk-off on Friday was just awesome. And you know what I just realized? I mean, I have Apple TV, so many people missed that.
Yeah.
If you weren't at the game and you didn't have Apple TV, you didn't see Brian Reynolds walk-off home run on Friday. You know what? I'm done with streaming, by the way. I'm over it.
Yeah. I DVR all the games on Fubo.
Oh, nice.
And Apple, I guess there's some kind of deal, but I was able to watch the game yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you just replayed it.
I got to see it, and man, the joy in that guy's face playing ball every day is so different from 2 years ago.
It is. It's not all on him, and When you go and everybody, every team has a chance. Well, no, they don't. I mean, the Pirates were coming out of spring training the last 10 years, with really little or no chance to be competitive.
Right.
And then they made the moves they should have been making, yearly this past year, and now there's a whole different feel. There's a whole different energy, a whole different sense of optimism. If that ballpark's not filled up today with this weather and their chance to sweep, and Braxton, Ashcraft on the mound. I mean, you're not a Pirate fan then. I mean, you got to get down to the ballpark today and just enjoy this.
You bring up Braxton Ashcraft. Talk about a stud. I told my wife last year. I said, "You watch this kid. He's going to be a star."
Yeah.
And if I was them, I'd be going at him with a deal like Connor Griffin.
Yeah, I would too.
Lock him up.
I love it. And Dave, thanks so much for the call and the kind words. Let's get to Gypsy. He's in the car today. Hey, Gypsy.
Hey, my man, PA. I'll tell you what, man. I was listening to your monologue at the beginning of the show, and I tell you what, like I told your producer, you're a breath of fresh air. I tell you what, a lot of people, don't think about it. I'm the same way as you. I get up in the morning. I enjoy life. You thank God that the beautiful air, everybody can get down to the ballpark today. But my mom, God bless her soul, she used to, when she was having a bad day, a really bad day, she would say, let the bleeding continue. But you know what? Afterwards, she'd say, sweep it under the floor and come out fighting the next day.
Yeah, every day's a gift, man. It truly is. And if you don't understand that, my mentality is, and I've read a lot of things from people that have had near-death experiences and how much they love the opportunity to still be alive. I want to live my life that way without having a near-death experience. I mean, I've been in a couple of accidents. I've sniffed it a little bit. I mean, nothing real close. I haven't really been, hanging on by a thread or anything. But live your life. Live every day like it's your last day, because it might be.
You and I have a mutual friend. I'll tell you what, and he's not doing so good right now. And I want you to say a prayer for him, and I'm going to bring up his name for you, Bill DeFabio.
Oh,
great guy.
He is a great guy.
And I told the producer I was going to give you the phone number. If you could give him a call, and because you would light up his spirits.
No, he's a good man. Yeah, please give Joel the number, and I will make a phone call.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, Gypsy, have a great one. Let's go to Vince in Weirton. Hey, Vince, what's up?
Hey, Paul, I normally don't disagree with you, but I look at Ozuna as a very big liability. He's played so far 46 games, 176 at bats. He's got 14 runs. He hasn't been on base a whole lot. 32 hits and 5 homers. He had 21 homers in Atlanta last year. The year before, he had 39. Year before, his best years, his quality years, were in his early 30s in Atlanta. This guy, he does in situational hitting. He can't even get a fly ball out of the infield. And the guy looks like a great personality. He's probably a great professional ball player. But it's time to cut ties. Investments are Paul Skeens, Connor Griffin. The password.
Vince, the only thing I'll say is his career, if you look at it, you broke it down pretty good. Yeah, he's been awful. I'm not going to defend anything he's done so far. He is normally heated up when the weather turns a little warmer, and a lot of people don't hit well when it's not warm out. So you already invested 12.
I'd buy that argument, Paul, but they play.
You already invested $12 million. The month of June isn't a problem because you know what? Their issue is not scoring runs. So if you get rid of Ozuna, okay, that's a whatever. It's not like, they're not scoring enough runs. That's not the issue.
Right.
They're scoring a ton of runs. So he still could be a very productive bat. I give him the month of June. If things don't turn dramatically better for him, I cut ties at the end of June. But I'm going to give him June to just see what he got.
I mean, it's hard as a fan. Henry Davis is Henry Davis. I mean, you keep praying that this young man.
Here's a guy hitting about $140. I mean, come on. There's a guy. I don't care how good he is defensively. He's an automatic out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We got 2 guys in the lineup right now, and it's not like we don't have options at DH. O'Hearn could easily be a DH.
Sure.
You could spell Reynolds and put him in there and let the password play.
And Vince,
I hope they don't send him back down. I really don't.
And Vince, here's why I have no sense of urgency about doing something with Henry Davis or DFAing Ozuna because they're scoring a ton of runs. If they were struggling offensively, I would definitely have gotten rid of Ozuna already. And I would have probably gone to Endy almost, primarily, he's the guy, unless Skeens is pitching and Henry's going to be on the bench because he can't hit. Meanwhile, the other day, he hits the game-winning homer.
And my last question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you really think that Nutting's going to make a play to sign Skeens before the
Skeens baseball does not allow Skeens to be affordable by Bob Nutting or any other small market team. The business,
with all the talk of this revenue money.
Well, the business. Well, you know what it is right now, Vince. It's just what you said. It's talk.
Yeah.
If they have revenue sharing with the local TV money like they do in the NFL, if they share revenue and they cap it and they have a floor and a ceiling, yeah, you can sign Skeens. Until then, you can't. You simply cannot. You can't. All right, Vince, have a good one, brother. Yeah, and that's the problem, and that's why there could be a work stoppage. Keep in mind, a work stoppage saved the NHL. Got it capped, got a floor, got a ceiling, and you have a competitive NHL right now. And there's no teams threatening to leave like the Penguins going to Kansas City or anything like that. None of that stuff's happening. It's not happening in baseball either, but I really think to be competitive, and the reason that there may be a cap is because of the Dodgers. All of the other big money teams like the Mets and the Yankees and the Red Sox, all the teams that do spend, they don't like the way the Dodgers are outspending them. They want the Dodgers controlled. So finally, you're not hearing publicly, but I know off the record, these guys want a cap because they're tired of being outspent by the Dodgers. They just are. All right. Fan weather brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Please listen to this and just love it. Sunny skies and temps around 75 today. Similar weather expected across the week. Gotta love that, man. You gotta love it. All right, Joe with the headline. Then we have our final hour. Man, did that just fly. Good times fly. Peace.
The Fan 5 Alarm, presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, is back June 17th at Wexford Volunteer Fire Company and June 18th at Robinson Town Center. Volunteer firefighters take their time to serve and protect our local communities, and this is your time to give back. You can visit us on site to make a donation or donate now at 937thefan.com. The Fan 5 Alarm is brought to you by the National Fire Sprinkler Association and Centos. Sports Radio 93.7, The Fan. HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Your hometown building partner since 1956, 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwyck Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all four of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sunny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
All right, Joel Nelson for Fan Headlines. Pirates yesterday were 10-9 winners over the Minnesota Twins. Pirates have a chance at the sweep for this afternoon. 1:35, the first pitch from PNC Park. It is Braxton Ashcraft up against Zebby Matthews, and it's here on the Fan with coverage at noon, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Pirates Insider Show at 12:35. Last night, the San Antonio Spurs took down the Oklahoma City Thunder, so the Spurs will take on the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. First two games are at San Antonio before the series will transition to outside of Lady Liberty at Madison Square Garden for games 3 and 4. More headlines, 93.7thefan.com right now, hour number 3 with Paul Alexander.
We're talking all things Pittsburgh sports all weekend.
You're doing it all weekend, too?
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Third and final. Paul Alexander with you up until 10 o'clock. If you've listened to me before, I've always said that the 3-hour show is ideal. And it truly is. I'm so excited I have another hour. Now, I'm not saying that if 10 o'clock rolled around and they said, hey, can you go to 11? I'm like, yeah, I can. That's no problem. But 2's not enough. 4 sometimes can be a little too much. 3's perfect. So hop in while you can. 412-928-9370. We have done an exclusive Pirate talk show. Now, Anthony called. He had some questions. He wanted to talk about quarterbacks, but it was something going on with Dart and how, they're trying to cancel him because he, got involved in something politically. We've all lost our minds. This world, this country, really off base, really has lost its center. And I contend that there's about 80% of us that are just fine. And then there's that 10% on both sides, the extremists. They need to stop. Thank heaven for extremists so I can be moderate, is where I live. Common sense. Not nearly common enough, is it? But let's not go there, for heaven's sakes. We have a legitimate contending baseball team right now. Now, the thing that's interesting to me is where they reside, and that is the National League Central. And right now, the Brewers got off to a slow start, but, they're back to where they're accustomed to being, and that's atop the NL Central. 34-21, 7-3 in their last 10. And here's what should tell you about how good they are. Their run differential, meaning how many runs have they scored, how many runs have they given up, they're a plus 72. Plus 72. The Dodgers, by the way, are plus 121. They're the best team money can buy. But back to the Central. The Cubbies, 32-27, but still 3-7 in their last 10. Cardinals, 30-26, also 3-7 in their last 10. Your Buccos, 31-28, 6-4 in their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. And the Reds, still the only division in baseball with every team above 500. They're legit, in terms of top to bottom, maybe just not at the top. I'm not saying that the World Series champions definitely coming out of the National League Central. I have no idea where the World Series champions coming from. To be perfectly honest, I'm not going to pretend that I do know. However, I will say this about that. Top to bottom, when you're all above 500, you're the best division in baseball. Top to bottom. I don't think there's any question about that. Eric Cole, by the way, your leader of the Charles Schwab Challenge heading into today's final round. That's pretty cool. I'll explain that in a little bit. Also, I got a text from a good friend who said that Al, who was on his way to Willowbrook, if you were in with us that long ago, he played with him yesterday. He said Al is a lights-out putter. So Al headed to Willowbrook, 9:30 tee time. So he's probably, I would imagine he's hitting balls rather than hitting putts because he's a lights-out putter. But maybe he's a lights-out putter because he always works on it. I don't know. But anyway, some intel on Al, who's a big-time player over at Willowbrook. If you're out on the golf course right now or on your way, that's where you should be in this weather. Or you should be out doing whatever it is you love to do in the out of doors because this weather is just perfect. Let's go to Sam. He's checking in from Cranberry. Hey, Sam, what's up?
Hey, I just want to give my take on Braxton Ashcraft. I think in like 5 years, we're going to sit back and be like, holy crap, we had Paul Skeens and Braxton Ashcraft in the same order or the same rotation. Like, I really do think he's going to be a top 10 pitcher in all of MLB soon.
He's certainly showing signs of that. And the thing I love about pitching, yes, we can get carried away. Anyone that can hit triple digits, that's amazing. 6 different pitches, that's amazing. But it's still about getting people out, and he's doing that more efficiently right now than anyone in baseball. He is the most efficient pitcher I've seen in a long, long time.
Oh, yeah. His curveball is so good, and it plays so well off his fastball. He's tunneling balls super well, and I think it's just also it goes to the point that the catching staff is so good with their game planning.
They are.
To go get those batters.
Let's give them some credit for that. I agree. I think that's why, you do put up with the lack of offense. There's some things that are very, baseball, in my opinion, is chess, not checkers. And a lot of fans don't understand that. And you make a great point that Ashcraft, you don't have to. The best pitcher I ever saw in my lifetime, obviously, was Greg Maddux. And this guy did not blow you away with 101-mile-an-hour fastballs. He was the most unbelievably cerebrally gifted pitchers of our time. And, boy, he had a lot of movement on all his pitches, too. And he never threw the ball down the middle of the plate. Every strike was on a corner. He went up and down. He went in and out. I mean, he changed speeds. He worked fast. He was the ultimate pitcher to me. And Ashcraft reminds me a little bit of Maddux.
Yeah, I think he is going to be one of the best pitchers. And, thank you.
Sam, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go to Leslie in Elwood City. Hello, Leslie. What's up?
Hey, Paul. How's it going today?
You know what? Could it be any better? Pirates are playing good baseball. They can get a sweep today. For the rest of the week, we're talking sunny and 75 degrees. There's no humidity. How could life be any better than it is right now?
I agree 100% with you. I was so pleasantly surprised when you were on today. I was like, I got to call my boy.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, I don't want to be like a negative Nancy with this question because I feel like I'm recovering from all the hurt in the past the Pirates have caused me. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I love them, but I just don't trust them right now.
Correct.
What is going on? We're treating these players with white gloves and with these pitch counts, and then Paul Skeens needs his own catcher, and Davis isn't hitting, and Triola is only in there because he's like good defensively, but he's not hitting. Like I can't wrap my mind around what is going on, and I was hoping you could talk me down from the ledge.
Well, what's going on is, they're 31-28. They have a chance to get their 4th sweep of the year. They have been very sloppy at times, and we were also willing in the offseason, just get us a couple of bats and we'll deal with some bad defense. Get us some bats and we'll deal with maybe a leaky, bullpen. We'll deal with all of that because we just need some run production. So we have that. That's there. They're 4th in Major League Baseball right now with runs scored. I mean, they're really. I mean, but the problem is, and this is what's uncomfortable for me. I knew that 7-1 lead yesterday was precarious. And it shouldn't be. So what's happening is you just have a lot of inconsistency in the bullpen. You have some talent in the bullpen. Dotel, and there's others on the way. And now Majinski, if he can get his head right, if he doesn't cry and whine about being moved to the bullpen. I get it. He's pitching better than Bubba Chandler, and he's saying, he's looking in all his party, his posse's going, that's ridiculous. That's BS. Chandler should be moved back to Indy or the bullpen. Not you. You're pitching great. Bubba. And I get that. And all of that's true. But sometimes, you can't go micro. You have to go macro. Look at the big picture. Where are you hurting right now as a team? The bullpen. What can Carmen Mlodzinski do? Stabilize the bullpen. You got to sacrifice sometimes, man. You do. Think about, all right, hey, Carmen, you got into the big leagues because your parents and your family, they probably made a ton of sacrifices to get you on that travel team, to get you here, to get you there, so you can be a big league pitcher. Now, granted, you showed up, you worked hard, you've earned it, you became a really solid starting pitcher, but stop the whine and the cry because it's about the team and it's not about you. And that's the way I feel about everyone. Everyone needs to shut up and worry about the team.
That shows passion, though. Like, he's upset, and life isn't fair. I get it. But he has worked so hard to get in that starting rotation and stay there. And then you have Bubba Chandler. They're so afraid to, upset him. Why? What are we doing?
Why? Because he sits at 100 miles an hour with his fastball. Bubba Chandler has more potential in his right pinky than, Mlodzinski has in his whole body. So that's, again, you don't go micro, you go macro. Yes, life is unfair. And yes, he worked really hard. And yes, he's been very solid as a starter. I get him being upset, but you don't go public with it. You go in and talk to Don Kelly and say, what's going on? Explain this to me.
I'm in Mama Bear protection.
You know what? Then Mama needs to go take a break. I mean, it's about the team. And right now, we are so starved for a playoff performance. We're so starved for maybe, 1979. I don't know if you've checked the calendar. That's a long, long time ago. That's the last championship this team won. So, hey, Carmen, if you have to suck it up and go to the bullpen to make the bullpen better, so maybe, just maybe, this team can go to the playoffs and maybe win some playoff games, suck it up. That's what we're asking you to do. We're paying you a boatload of money, so suck it up and go do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
Period.
He needs to do that. You're exactly right. I can't, but I'm not mad at him. I think that
I'm mad that he went public. If you're not mad about a perceived emotion, then you're not a competitor. I respect the hell out of what he's saying. Just don't do it publicly. Don't say, I'm going to talk to my family and my agency and see what I can do. I may take my glove and ball and go home. I may sit out. No, you're not. Go suck it up and be really effective in the bullpen. Get it done.
This is where baseball's doing everything right, though. They're finally giving the players a voice, and it's causing conversation and a buzz, and showmanship is up. I don't know. I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited, too. And again, the whole premise of my show today was, yes, I love him. I'm not sure I trust him. And I still stand that way. And you know what? If you have a lot of guys that aren't, like Paul Skeens says all the right things all the right times. Every single time that he opens his mouth, the right thing comes out. He needs to pull his buddy Carmen aside and go, hey, Carmen, take a break on the shooting down this or that. You need to just suck it up and take one for the team. That's how you win championships, when everybody is about the name on the front, not the name on the back. It's never changed and it never will. Leslie, thanks for the kind words and for the phone call. Let's go to Joe in Cranberry. Joe's taking us back in time here. What do you got for us, Joe?
Paul, you mentioned the 1966 Pirates. They're one of my favorite Pirate teams. That team, I think, won 92 games. They won 90 games several times in the 60s, got nothing to show for it. And
they did the same thing in the 70s. They did win 2 World Series in the 70s, but they were a contending team throughout that decade. They could have won more World Series.
Well, if the 66 Pirates had today's starting pitching staff, then they'd have won 130 games.
Well, Joe, the sad part is there's like one other person listening right now that knows what the hell you're talking about. We're in 2026 right now, Joe.
No, I realize that, but here's a great stat for you. One of the greatest trades in Pirate history. They picked up Matty Alou from the Giants for Joe Gibbon and Ozzie Virgil. Alou was with the Pirates for 5 full seasons, 66 through 70. He had 986 hits in 5 years with the Pirates. That is a hitter.
And he wasn't even the best Alou in his family.
Exactly.
How about
and
that?
He wasn't even near the best hitter on that team. That's how good that team was.
Yeah, they were great. No question. All right,
Great.
Joe, thanks for the call. I can't go back. Right now, the Pirates are relevant in 2026. I can't go back to the 60s. I just can't. I'm sorry. I apologize for that because I could. I mean, if you and I were sitting on the corner of the bar, we could have a 2-hour discussion about the 60 Pirates, but we can't do that right here, right now. And I'm sorry. Fan Text Line brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates, a personal injury law firm where they always say never a fee unless we get money for you. Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township. Joel Nelson will have a headline, and then we're going to get to Captain Jack and whoever else can sneak in here at 412-928-9370 before I have to say goodbye at 10 o'clock. So get in here and let's make it happen right here on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Every Wednesday, 93.7 The Fan gives you an inside look from a former general manager with Wednesday with Whaley.
Hey, we're playing to win the game.
Doug Whaley joins the Fan Morning Show from 9 to 10 to give his insight from the front office perspective. Wednesdays with Whaley. Doug Whaley is brought to you by 2 Men in a Jug Truck. Cohen Market, the official crispy chicken of the Fan. Tri-State Office Furniture, Morgan & Morgan Law Firm, Smale Chevrolet in Latrobe, and Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pirates yesterday were 10-9 winners. They've got Game 3 of the series this afternoon at 1:35 as the Pirates aim for a sweep of Derek Shelton and the Minnesota Twins. Coverage on the Fan is at noon, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel, and the Pirates Insider Show will follow that at 12:35. Fan Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
Have you noticed that every service company these days is owned by some giant corporation with zero personality and no personal touch? Yeah, no thanks. Gherkin Roofing is still family-owned, truly local, and when you call, a human answers. One with a pulse and probably a Pittsburgh accent. They do roofing, siding, gutters, and win awards year after year for their customer service. So if you want a contractor that picks up the phone, shows up, and treats you like a neighbor, because they are one, call The Pickle. Gherkin Roofing, always local and friendly, 724-515-5551.
Our veterans and their families make great sacrifices to protect our nation. Now it's time for them to receive assistance in their time of need as they age. If you are a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, contact Julian Gray Associates to speak with one of their VA-accredited attorneys to find out how you can receive compensation for the costs of care you are receiving in your home or a long-term care facility. Visit grayelderlaw.com.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Baker's Waterproofing is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Drive in style with the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo from South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Payments start at just $339 a month for 36 months. Comfort, capability, and legendary Jeep performance. Visit SouthHillsChryslerJeep.net for more details.
Starting a home improvement project? Before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, remember to call 811. Professionals from Underground Utilities like Peoples will mark your lines with flags so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 before you dig is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an essential utilities company.
When a family is going through a hardship, life can change fast, and keeping a child in hockey can become out of reach. The Assisted Goals Foundation helps to provide funds for those who need it. We believe that every player deserves a shot at their dreams, regardless of financial circumstances. With scholarship applications opening this June, your support right now can make all the difference for families in need. Join us in making hockey accessible for all. Visit assistedgoals.org to donate today. That's assistedgoals.org.
Tired of being ignored by big box stores? Get fitted for your next set of clubs at Golf Specialties in Castle Shannon. Golf Specialties fits men, women, and juniors of all skill levels, featuring major brands including Mizuno, TaylorMade, Callaway, and Cobra. Golf Specialties.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander with you just until 10 o'clock. And I'm having so much fun this morning. And I'm right now, I don't know if you've ever had this sensation. I don't know what your relationship is to coffee and or caffeine. But right now, I've overdone the coffee. And that's what I'd like to do on an early Sunday morning when I'm with you. And right now, the top of my head, I feel as if I have an open sunroof. Wide open. That's how caffeinated I am right now. But I love the feeling. Let's go to Captain Jack. He's checking in from Munhall. Hello, Captain Jack.
Paul, how are you?
Never better. How are you?
Also the same. Today, we can't do Westwood and Dukes like we had planned.
Oh, that is sad. That is sad. Dukes is a great spot, by the way. Just a great spot.
Good friends of mine. We could do Grandview, but I'm afraid of falling in Carey Furnace.
I'll tell you what, when I was playing a little more competitive golf, not competitive in the sense, but I played a lot of matches, and I really wanted to be on top of my game. If I had like an invitational coming up, I would go play Grandview because it demands accuracy. Easy for me to say.
Absolutely.
And I would love to play because before I'd play a tournament, if I could keep it on the fairway or keep it in play at Grandview, I knew I could keep it in play in my upcoming events. So Grandview is a great challenge. And some of those views are spectacular.
You can make it there. You can hit it anywhere. Majinski, Cy Majinski?
Yes.
How many wins does Cy have?
It doesn't matter. The win total on a pitcher doesn't mean what it used to mean because they're not letting guys pitch deep into games. So a pitcher's win-loss record, Paul Skeens has very few wins because they scored no runs for him last year. That wasn't on Paul Skeens. He pitched lights out, didn't get wins. Some guys pitch bad and get wins. Some guys pitch good and don't get wins. So I don't really care about that stat that much.
We can't put Bubba in the bullpen because he'd come in, hit two guys, and walk to him.
No, Bubba, to me, if you're really running a team that wants to compete into October, certainly into September, Bubba goes to Indy to learn how to throw strikes.
Yeah,
that's where he belongs right now. He belongs in Indianapolis, and he can't walk anybody. You got to tell him, hey, I don't care how many hits you give up today. You need to learn how to not walk people. I swear about 60% of walked batters score.
That's why they call it the free pass.
It's awful. I can't. From the time when I pitched, one thing I could always do is throw strikes. That's what I thought our job was to do. I never walked anybody. Now, I got hit hard sometimes, but I never walked anybody. I hate walks. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
Me too, Paul, when I pitched, but I pitched slow pitch softball. That was a little different.
You didn't walk. Yeah, I hope you didn't walk anybody in slow pitch softball.
No, I think in 20 years, I think I walked 3 guys in 20 years.
There we go. That's about right.
And one other thing, Paul.
Sure.
Ozuna, if you guys look back, I know this 2 years is 2 years, but in 24, Ozuna batted 181 through May and was awful. Ended the year with 40 homers and 120 RBIs.
Yeah, I'm giving him all of June. I'm giving him all of June to figure it out, and then I might make a move. Because he's getting older, we don't know if he's going to return to that. I mean, he's at that age where you get worried. When things start to slow down, you're wondering, just like Kutch just got DFA'd by Texas. There comes a point when, your better days are behind you and you got to let it go. But I give him all of June to show that he can still hit.
Kutch is available for DH and for us, huh?
No. It's been a great. I love Andrew McCutchen. I met him when he was 18 years of age, and I always loved Kutch. But it's time to move on. That's all.
Somebody should have told him in November.
Exactly.
That he was done. Well,
but you know what? He gave it a shot. He gave it a shot, and you know what? He's still got $5. That money's guaranteed. He still gets his $5 million. So I can't be mad at a guy for that, can you?
Well, we got to wait for July 1st for Bobby Bonilla Day.
I love Bobby Bonilla Day. Bobby Bo. I remember when. All right, hey, thanks for Captain Jack. I remember one of my favorite things. Bobby Bo went third person a lot, and he's going. They'll never wipe the smile off Bobby Bo's face. Then they started throwing batteries at him in New York. I think that smile went away pretty quick, but not on payday, not on Bobby Bo Day. Let's go to Bill on the road. Bill, what road are you on?
Hey, I'll take any highway at this point for the Pittsburgh Pirates because I believe they've got a pretty solid chance of being there when it comes to the playoffs.
Okay.
The Brewers are definitely a better team than the Pirates. On paper, you name it.
And that's every year. The Brewers do it every single year. They're like Tampa Bay. You can count on them being competitive every single year.
Same size market, essentially.
Yeah.
But at any rate, what I think is best for the Pirates is, they're gonna, no matter what anybody says, they're gonna go with the Bubba Chandler until he proves he can't do it.
Well, he right now is proving that he can't do it, but he's going to figure it out. And he's a guy with so much potential. Go let him figure it out in Indy again. I mean, you're playing big league games that matter right now. They've lost, I think, 7 of his 9 starts or something like that. You can't continue to throw him out there when he can't throw strikes.
Well, you're absolutely right, but that's not what the Pirates are going to do.
Why? I think they can. They can do that now, Bill. I don't think there's any reason not to do it. If he's ineffective as a starter and you have guys that can be, you got to make the move. I don't care if you hurt his feelings. Who cares?
This is the reason why I believe that this is a pretty good setup here, because if he bums, like, say, 2 innings the next time he goes out, Moldinsky's right there behind him and ready to rock and roll, and maybe he gets another shot, and that's it. That'll be it for him.
I mean, it for him for how long? I mean, you don't get rid of a guy this early in his career. He's got to figure it out. You send him to Indy. Send him to Indy. That's all. Bill, thanks so much for the call. I got. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Paul, why aren't you teeing it up, buddy? You need to get out there.
Well, because I'm here. What do you mean? Why am I not teeing it up? I'm here. I'm talking to you for the love. Of course I'd be out there. I was out there yesterday, so no, golf should be played a lot. You should get my goal in life is to get sick of the game. I want to get sick of it.
I'm going soon. I'm a 5, so I'm 55 and I'm a 5. Some way, somehow I want to get down, but my short game's not good enough.
But that's fixable, my friend.
I know it just takes more work, but then you got 3 kids. But I just had 1 graduate. I got 2. I got 2 coming. So, but here's my take, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Obviously, when Griffin's forearm strain is healed and he's back on the field, Callahan will go down. Valdez will be back up.
Correct.
Okay, so Horowitz should be the DH. Do we, O'Hearn's coming back. And then we have Horowitz at DH. Do we just send Ozuna out to pasture? Do we DFA him, or what do we do? Because
we let him have June. We let him have June. Guy just called and said in 2 years ago he hit 180 through May and finished with 40 home runs.
No, I understand that, but I'm just thinking, if you put, Horowitz is top 5 in MLB in on-base percentage. He has more walks than strikeouts. The guy needs to be in the lineup every day.
That's fine. A problem to have. But you can put him at first base. You don't have to DH him.
Well, O'Hearn's a better first baseman. And then you have either the password or Valdez out in right field.
Then you have a deeper bench. These are good problems. These aren't real problems. They're good problems. You have too many bats to get in the lineup? That's not a problem at all. I don't have to get rid of Ozuna. I don't have to. I can give him June to figure he could be a great pinch hitter, great bet. You don't have to DH him every day just because he's on the roster.
Well, I'm just enjoying, to be honest, having Pirate conversations in June that actually mean something.
Yes, we can debate. They should do this, bring this guy up, send this guy down. Yes, and they're still contending, and that's what we need to have. We need to play meaningful games in August and September, and this town will be Bucko. It'll have Bucko fever. People have Bucko fever right now, Steve. They do.
Here's a crazy take for you right now. I don't care what Bubba Chandler does. But come August, Seth Hernandez may be in the rotation, and we won't have anything to worry about.
Well, you will have him to worry about because just like Bubba, who can be lights out in AAA, we don't know how he's going to pitch in the majors because that's a whole new game. That's a whole new game. You have no idea how good this kid's going to be at the big league level.
I think he's going to be special.
Of course you do. And you know what? Everyone thinks that until it happens. Everybody thinks that. Steve, go hit him well, my friend. Work on that short game. Shame on you for being a 5 with a bad short game. You should be scratched.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm seriously, I'm mad at Steve. He's a 5 handicap with a bad short game. Fix that short game. You're a scratch golfer. What the hell are you doing, man? Come on. Let's go, Sly. Sly, how's the family Stone? They doing all right?
They're doing all right, man.
Nice. What do you got?
Hey, so I'm just going to talk about Bubba Chandler. I think he's more of like an O'Neal Cruz number 2. Like, he's nothing but potential. He has so much of it, but he never really uses it to all of his capabilities.
But Sly, it's very,
I think he's never going to be as good as we really want him to be.
Why would you say that?
Because it's been too long, man.
Too long? This guy's a kid. He's a baby. He's been in the big leagues for a minute.
Look, if we weren't a winning ball club that was actually contending, totally, just leave him up in the majors. But we're losing many games because of him.
Yeah, I said already he needs to go to Indy, but you're not giving up. That's what I said. Send him to Indy, Sly. Thanks for the call. How about Sly being all, he's an old soul. He was trying to be, I don't know, I would guess he was like 15, 16, maybe 14, 15, trying to act like he's 30, like he's been around. It's been too long. It's been too long with Bubba. He's been here for a minute. Let's go to Mark in Latrobe. Hello, Mark. What's up?
Hello. Good to talk to you.
Pleasure.
Hey, I'm beating this analytics drum as much as I can because it seems like we're going, we've gone too far to the analytics side and away from actual managing. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's everywhere. It is industry wide.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. I can't stand it, but I'm just saying, why can't I wish DK could be like a cross of Chuck Tanner and maybe Jim Leland. You know what I mean?
He kind of is. But you have to understand, Mark. It's like when. It's almost like being the defensive coordinator when Mike Tomlin's the head coach. Yeah, Don Kelly's the guy that comes out to the mound and takes the pitcher out. But you have to understand that it's Ben Cherington and all those MIT guys and all the analytic guys that are telling him what to do. Yeah. If Don Kelly were as established as Jim Leland, he'd tell those guys to stuff it. Here's what I'm going to do. Right. I'm the manager. Right. But Don, he's in his first full season as a manager. He's not about to go, hey, Ben, take a hike. Here's what I'm going to do. No, he can't do that. He has to listen to his superiors.
Yeah,
and it's a shame.
They could appreciate that if he would do that. Because, remember when
he wants to keep his job too.
Shoot out Barnes, and he said, "Hey, this is my team, not yours. I'm going to do what I want."
My photographer. The only reason you've seen that, My photographer was the one that was walking by when that happened and captured that all on tape.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, one of my favorite. I mean, if you didn't love Jim Leland before that, you had to love him afterward. And guess what? And here's what every parent and every coach needs to know. What Jim Leland did, put Barry Bonds in his place. Guess who loves Jim Leland to this day?
I know.
Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds loves Jim Leland because you know what? As a parent, as a coach, you have to have the quinones to tell people the way it is.
Right.
And that's why I love Jim Leland to this day.
Me too. Couldn't agree with you more.
All right, Mark, thanks for the call. I got to fly. David, Mark, and David, we're going to get to you after a Joel Nelson headline because we're going to run out of time, and I don't want to run out. I want to get all of you three guys on in our final segment right here on the Paul Alexander Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Pirates have a chance at a sweep today of the Minnesota Twins. The first pitch is at 1:35, and it's here on the Fan. Coverage at noon, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Braxton Ashcraft will take on Zemby Matthews, and the Pirates Insider Show follows at 12:35, leading you up to the 1:35 first pitch. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, go to 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. 93.7 The Fan. The Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley.
Texter, Crowley, do not ask the texters to send their pipes. Great point. Yep. Poor phrasing. Biceps. I'm not even going to lie. I check out dudes now a ton because of the exercising. I'm not lying.
I believe you.
It's not a sexual thing. It's like, hey, I need to step up my game kind of thing. Should I not have said that out loud?
No.
The Fan Morning Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
If your AC is struggling, don't sweat it. Literally.
You got that right, Doran. At Southside Plumbing and Heating, we specialize in new air conditioning systems or full replacements to keep your home comfortable all summer long.
And unlike those big companies, Jake's techs aren't working on commission.
That means no pressure, no gimmicks. Our team knows what's best for you and your home.
Family owned, trusted, and built on doing things the right way. Call my guy Jake at Southside Plumbing and Heating today, 412-431-7455, or go to the website, southsideplumb.com.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the range.
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Text us us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
South Hills Kia, let's go. The 2026 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive, just $229 a month. And the all-new 2026 Kia K4 LXS, only $209 a month. Top trade values are happening right now. Don't miss it. 24-month leases, $3,499 due at signing. 10,000 miles per year, plus tax and title. First payment due at signing. Not all qualify. No security deposit required. Offer ends June 1st, 2026. South Hills Kia, deals like this don't last. Visit southhillskia.net for more details.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com.
Welcome back. What a pleasure it's been being with you today. This perfect 3-hour window to talk a little Pittsburgh sports. The Fan of Pittsburgh Pirates wants you to visit your teams in action for our youth baseball and softball showcase. Parents and coaches, send an email to us at usports@937thefan.com to register your 12 and under team at 93.7 The Fan to make a stop at your field. Brought to you by Keystone Custom Apparel. Details at 937thefan.com. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get to some calls as quickly as we can. David and Beaver, what's on your mind, sir?
Hey, Paul. Happy Sunday.
God bless you.
Sunny Sunday, actually. I'm calling. I know it's early, but I'm calling about the playoffs. Statisticians have a 38.8% chance of the Pirates making the playoffs. That's a 1/3 chance. I don't know if I believe that. I'm interested in what your take is on the Pirates' playoff odds.
Well, I mean, they're not going to win their division, I don't think. So the wild card is going to be very crowded, and they better get up around 88, 89 games on the win column to make sure that they have a place in the postseason. They need to figure out some bullpen things, maybe the Carmen Baczynski move into the bullpen. Dotel looks good. It looks like they may have some answers down there. I think they're going to keep hitting and scoring runs. So I would say right now I'd give them 50% chance of making the postseason.
Right. And we need to find a rhythm, and I agree with you. And I think we need to get this number as high as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, we all witnessed them win 98 games and still not win their division.
Right. But even with the 98-game season, this is different. We have a pitching rotation that in a playoff series can take that first series probability to even higher than 50% chance.
Well,
you have a team
David, this starting rotation, what I've seen recently doesn't give me that kind of confidence. Keller got bombed yesterday. It has been humanized, a humanized Paul Skeens. He's not an automatic 8 innings with 1 run or less. I mean, these guys are showing they're hittable. Jared Jones was going to be oh my God, we have Jared Jones back. Look out. He gave up 5 runs. I mean, we need this starting rotation to be as good as advertised. Right now, they're kind of slumping a little bit.
That's true, but you only need a top 10 rotation with the bats we currently got. So,
well, hey, I appreciate you. We also need a bullpen. So right now, I love the fact that there's a great deal of potential there, and there's a great reason for optimism. I get all of that, but you got to execute, man. You got to give them 6-7 quality innings as a starter if you're that guy. If you're Mitch Keller, if you're Paul Skeens. I want 6 or 7 quality innings. Then I want a bullpen that can, actually protect a 6-run lead. There's some things that have me a little bit concerned. Again, I love them. I'm not sure I trust them. Mark in Blairsville, you're up next. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that, I'd move Bubba to the bullpen
and keep Majinski in the rotation.
Hey, Mark. Why in God's name would you move someone to the bullpen that can't throw strikes?
Well, here's the thing. I figured
there's no thing other than if you can't. You're going to come into a game with first and second and nobody out and walk a couple guys?
Well, here's my intent. I would sit Ashcraft every third start and make Bubba a de facto starter and every third week sitting Ashcraft so he doesn't build innings.
See, Mark, pitchers are all athletes. Most human beings are creatures of habit. They need to pitch every fifth day. If you're going to be a starter, you need to be in a rhythm. You need to have, it's what these guys do between starts that allows them to go deep into seasons, deep into games. You can't mess with a guy, skip 3 starts, skip this, skip that. They need to be in a rotation. They need to be in a rhythm. They need to be in something that's habitual. You can't mess with people like that.
Well, I think they're worried about how many innings Ashcraft's had.
They're worried about every pitcher in the major leagues has a pitch count, and that's disgusting. I hate it. Let these guys pitch, let them play, but, they're a big investment. Those arms are expensive, and they don't want them to go the Tommy John route. They don't want them to lose a season or two because they overwork them, but no one knows how much is overwork. They don't know what the limit is, and they haven't figured it out, so they're going to keep trying, and it makes me crazy. But, Mark, those things are good in theory, but they're not practical. Your suggestions, they're just not practical.
I get it. I was more concerned about maybe using Bubba as a reliever if we had like a 4-run lead or something like that.
Yeah, so, hey, we had a 6-run lead yesterday. How did that work out?
Yeah, well, it's pretty bad, actually.
It sure did. I'm sending Bubba Chandler to Indianapolis until I can count on him to throw strikes. Thanks so much for the call, David. Let's go to David in Delmont. Hello, David. What's up?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, mine's simple. The Mitch Keller thing, I don't know. When is Donnie going to pull him out? He pitches 3 decent innings and then 5. 3-4 innings, 6 runs. It's just it's like predictable. It's like talk about not trusting. That's all. That's my only comment.
It's not true. Keller's been very effective this year, and at one point he was their most effective starter.
I know. But
what do you mean why would you say something completely different than say you know?
I know he had a good beginning, but he's been getting cold. He's getting.
So is Skeens. You're gonna get rid of Skeens? He had 2 bad starts in a row. Pitchers have bad starts. Great hitters strike out. All those things happen.
Yeah. Skeens lost because of dumb errors his last game, and before that, it was he still had a lot of strikeouts.
He gave up 5 hits and 5 runs in the first 3 innings. Yeah. I mean, he's human.
Right. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
All right. I just don't think Mitch Keller is worth whatever he's getting paid to. Plus, his pay for performance isn't that great. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah. And that was a horrible take, David. If that's all you got, in my opinion, as hard as this and harsh as it's going to sound, you had very little. Mitch Keller has been a very reliable, dependable, solid starter. He's the perfect number 3 in any rotation. These guys are not going to go scoreless and hitless every time they start. They're going to have bad starts. Now, when they're, stacked on top of one another, you get concerned. And that I've been a little concerned and a little disappointed in the recent starting pitching. I have. But a lot of it's exasperated by a bad bullpen. So those combinations are a little bit disarming. Let's go to Tony and Irwin. Hello, Tony.
Hey, how you doing, Paul? Great listening to you. Big fan of you.
Well, God bless you. Thanks, Tony.
No problem. I just want to make a comment on that pickle thing, which I thought was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But when the lady that cuts my hair is a big bike rider, big fan. She told me about it. If you got an ache and pain, you got a cramp, drink the pickle juice, preferably bread and butter because it works.
Love it. Thanks, Tony.
No problem.
Thanks for the kind words. All right, another endorsement for the pickle juice for cramps and aches and pains. I want to become completely homeopathic. I'm done with big pharma. I'm done with prescriptions for life. They don't cure anything. Anything that treats a symptom but doesn't treat the cause, I'm not interested. Let's go to Ethan of Upper St. Clair. Hello, Ethan. How are you?
Hi, thank you for picking up. I just heard a previous caller talking about Mitch. I totally agree with them. I think he's been extremely inconsistent for the entirety of this year, and honestly, throughout most of his career. I mean, I feel like we missed the window to get as much value as possible for him from a trade. So I don't know. I just don't know really what we're doing.
Well, you don't understand that most pitchers have an ERA above 4. Most pitchers are around 500. Most pitchers get beat up, a good bit throughout their time. The only thing that I would say that's been disappointing about Mitch Keller, he never finishes the season like he starts it. And he keeps trying to do different off-season workouts so he can go deeper into the season with effectiveness. Usually right around August 1st, things go the wrong way for Mitch. But prior to that, he's one of the most reliable starters the Pirates have had. He's, I think, top 10 in strikeouts and a lot of other things. Mitch Keller's been a very good pitcher for the Pirates. That's just a fact.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second thing, I mean, Corbin Majitsky, I'm sure everyone's seen the interview, and it's just like, I don't really know what the deal with him is, and he's probably going to request a trade.
No, but request all you want. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's not Paul Skeens. He's not Cy Young. He was an effective starter that got moved out of the rotation because the Pirates needed him to. That's all. He needs to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to my family and my agency. Well, go ahead. Talk to whoever you want. I don't care. Call someone who cares, and that ain't me. Go take your couple $1 million and pitch when they tell you to pitch. That's all.
Right on. Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, Ethan. We appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the world of this entitlement is just, I'm over it. I think that he got a bad deal. I'm not saying that I don't agree with his sentiment. I do. Keep it private. And show up and be a teammate. Be a teammate. So how about Eric Cole? He leads the PGA Tour event this week. And I remember in 1973, his mom, Laura Baugh, was the LPGA Rookie of the Year, 1973. But his dad was a professional golfer too, so he's finally, and again, he's a guy that's been, hanging around for a long, long time. It's good to see him having some success. Okay. Joel Nelson, unbelievable job today. Love so much being able to hang out with you. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Please get outside. I mean, you have to absolutely get outside. Weather, sunny and unbelievable. And that is brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. They're the best. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for the calls. Thanks so much for listening. I love you, and I mean it. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.
Pony and Muller here.